Were you playing in the bathtub with your little doll?
Action figure!
Come on, you can do it. Wonder Wheel. I don't want to go through life being a Wonder Wheel mother.
Greetings, everyone, and welcome to another Collectable Past. We're getting ready to run down and have a little bit of fun, show off some of the toys that we enjoy, talk about a little bit about toy history, because that seems to be the thing that I like to do the most, and just overall just have a good time, man. I hope that all of you in the chat are doing well. Be sure to share the links out there and let everybody know that we're going. I see that super fan Adam Shawham was the first one throwing some nibbles away in the chat, followed up by Gap After Dark. What's going on, guys? Oh, DJ Play Nice. What's going on, man? Rock out, dude, man. Good to see you. And as always, I am joined by a tremendous host, a panelist. I'm going to kick it right off to Trina from Real Horror. What's going on, Trina? We had the quite the marathon last night, did we not?
Yeah, we did. Longest stream on my channel to date. Was our oh my god, Red Dragon stream last night. I'm still tired because of you guys. No, it was a lot of fun. But yeah, awesome. I'm happy to be here, and looking forward to the stream.
It's always a pleasure to have you on there. What's going on, Bone? Up in the chat, man. Good to see you as well. Hope that you're all doing well. Like I said, share the links out there. Let everybody know we're going. And, of course, our co-host in crime on that stream right there, Vinnie. What's up, Vincenzo?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It was good. Yeah. We always have fun watching Silence of the Red Dragon Hannibal. It's great. It was a ton of fun. And, happy that I was a part of that yet again. But, yeah, looking forward to talking toys and trolls. Today was interesting, but yeah, we'll get into that, I'm sure, later. But plenty of cool stuff to show. In fact, I was a little bit late. I was trying to get another thing filmed, but didn't quite make it.
No,
wait, you were a little bit late?
Yeah, no, there's no way.
No, I don't believe it.
Well, I was here right on time as soon as we started, so take that.
I love how he says that.
Yeah, I was right on time, was I not?
No.
Oh, I wasn't?
You missed the intro.
I didn't miss the intro. I was here. You couldn't see
me.
Oh, pulling a John Cena now.
Yeah, John China. Just what we needed on this stream. Of course, we're also joined by other co-hosts.
Tariffs.
Will you keep John China in the closet? Thank you. Slasher McSplitter, what's up, buddy?
What's up, everybody? This is weird. This is like another time Trina's fucking mentioning wrestling. This is weird.
Right?
I did. It was an unforced error.
She usually runs to the hills when that comes up.
She's going to bring that celebrity on, watch, but we're not going to be able to see him.
That's right. She has the closest ties to him, so.
That's right.
She grew up with him.
Yeah, pretty much.
And evening out our cadadra of misfits up on this panel, we are joined by Shifty Gizm. What's going on, Shifty?
Hey, thanks for having me again.
Always a pleasure,
hey,
man. Always a good time. What's going on, Soul Assassin, out there in the chat? Still tired because of you guys phrasing. Yeah, we know. Bad Take Bojan. What's going on, Tina? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well, guys. Thanks, everybody. It's already in the house, already hanging out. Once again, always share those links out. Let everybody know that we're going. I know I did promotion today. The pig got off his ass and did something. So watch slash. No, come on.
Wait, I got already. Hey, I got something for him there.
Jeez.
Hey, look, Gap projecting his fantasies again. Right off the bat,
guys.
Gay after Dick projecting his fantasies again.
Misfits of mayhem. Come on,
Yes.
guys. Let's keep it friendly. Nice low roar banter. So as the title says, we're going to get into some we're going to get into some GI Joe origins. We're going to have a little bit of fun. So I'm going to start us off by showing a clip of some of the action figures that I have that are still complete that I was able to find. This is not my fault. There are too many crates.
He'll fight for freedom wherever there's trouble. G.I. Joe is there. G.I. Joe, American hero.
Yeah, so there we go. Getting those feels ready, and we're getting ready to get into some origins and history of G.I. Joe. And let the fun commence. As always, we're going to play a small clip. We're going to get everybody's thoughts and feelings about this. If there's any hard feelings, please keep them in the toilet with John Cena. Here we go.
Greetings, humans. It is I, Barnes, of the Guinea Pig Collective, the G.I. Joe and BattleBot Pig. Today we will be talking about another long-storied toy franchise by the name of G.I. Joe.
They'll fight for freedom wherever there's trouble. G.I. Joe is there.
Now, G.I. Joe had started after the 1959 release by Mattel of Barbie, which had tremendous success. Hasbro wanted to get into the market and sell something very similar that would appeal to boys. Hence, they talked to an inventor named Stan Weston about a military doll that he created. Weston, after some bargaining, agreed to sell his concept for what he called the outfitted action figure for $100,000. But then he watched as that franchise grew into a $100 million success story. He could have taken a smaller amount up front and then received royalties in perpetuity, but chose not to. And what a tremendous mistake that wound up being. The inspiration from the figure was drawn from wooden artist mannequins, which had movable joints, giving the toy 19 points of articulation. This made the nearly 12-inch toy a lot more flexible than Barbie. And to distinguish G.I. Joe from dolls, which companies mostly marketed to girls, Hasbro marketed G.I. Joe to boys as an action figure. The original G.I. Joe was a U.S. Army soldier, but Hasbro soon released more versions of the toy: a G.I. Joe Navy sailor, an Air Force pilot, a U.S. Marine, and a NASA astronaut, as well as a female G.I. nurse action girl. In addition to these white action figures, Hasbro also released a black G.I. Joe Army soldier. Like Barbie, G.I. Joe had interchangeable clothes, weapons, vehicles, and accessories that could be purchased independently of the figures. Did you know the name G.I. Joe that they used for the toy line was inspired by a 1945 film about war correspondent Ernie Pyle titled The Story of G.I. Joe?
G.I. Joe will return after these messages.
Man, those
Awesome.
old Joes were so cool.
Awesome research, dude.
Hey,
Did
you
your
know,
dad
the
leave you
pigs
any of
like to
those?
do their work. What
Did your
was
dad
that?
leave
Slash?
Did your dad leave you any of those? Did he have any?
No, you know what?
Else?
Surprisingly, the only thing that I had was from their adventure series. So there was
Where it
this
had like the
lizard.
vehicles and the play sets, right?
No, I just had this one lizard guy that was like an
Okay.
enemy.
Ah,
So Yeah, that was the only thing I ever had.
I know they had like the play sets and shit. Like they had like the Mummy's Tomb play set. They had vehicles and stuff, like construction vehicles and shit.
Yeah, they had some underwater stuff too, like diving gear stuff and like a boat and all that stuff.
They still got a bunch of that stuff up on eBay.
Expensive, a lot of it though.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it sucks that he made that deal. He tried to go to court, but he had already made the deal and he lost out. I mean, he not only would he have been a millionaire, but his family would have been set for life. He would have took that deal. Just really a bad freaking deal that he made. Go ahead, Shifty.
We always say we're always talking about how much room the flag took up, like 7 or 8 feet, and the Rolling Thunder and that big space shuttle playset. But I mean, you go back and look at those. I mean, from the 60s, you got 12-inch figures and you got all those great big huge vehicles and stuff. If a kid was lucky enough to have all that stuff, man, that's way more room than the flag would take up.
Yeah, but they didn't churn out the amount of vehicles for that line that they did with the smaller lines, though. They raised way more vehicles for the smaller figures.
Yeah, but still, I mean, if you had just a tank alone for figures that big, that's a pretty big vehicle.
Huge. I mean, I did pull up a picture of that big background playset thing that was for it. So you're talking about figures once again, like you're saying, they're 12-inch figures. Like, how big would that freaking backdrop playset had to have been to be able to put your Joes in front of it?
That's nuts. That's nuts.
Yeah.
DJ Play Nice. I got a G.I. Joe for my 4th birthday in 1974. Still have the head and a boot, but that's it.
Oh, shit.
That's awesome that you still have it, though. Killer Rabbit, a Carabong. Carabanog. Well, that I am not sure how to pronounce it. Anybody want to help me with that one?
Killer Rabbit. No. Don't know that last word.
I can never. I've seen I know the word. I just can't think of how to pronounce it right now. I'm so sorry, Killer Rabbit. I'm just gonna call you Killer Rabbit. Not even close. The Jeep was pretty much the only thing other kids had. Yeah. I mean, they had the tents and everything else too. So pretty cool. Any other questions? Did anybody learn anything new from that part?
The original creator and all that stuff. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all of it. I didn't know any of that.
Yeah, before you, I didn't know about the original creator either. With that,
I'm only well versed.
Like, wow.
I'm only well versed to the Larry Hama part and where they started trying to make the 3 3/4 line. So everything before that, I'm not up to speed on.
Yeah, my neighbor had, and when I was a kid, her sons had all the 12-inch ones, and she found them in a box and just put them out in the street to throw out.
Oh no!
Didn't even tell us. Yeah, back then they were already worth money. So.
Wow.
She nearly had a heart attack.
All right, I'm looking at some of these, and the original ones, they put out like 5, maybe 6 vehicles a year for the original one.
Damn, I didn't know that. Pretty cool.
But still, the later ones, they was like more than 10 vehicles per year, every line they were putting out.
Mm-hmm.
Soul Assassins, I wonder how much those old G.I. Joes are going for. One of my uncles has a Navy and Marine still in the box that he got when he served. I don't plan to sell or encourage him to either. That is pretty awesome, and I'm sure they're worth buttloads.
Yeah, man. Still in the box? Holy shit.
Yeah, Killer Rabbit, Spam is Monty Python sketch. Yeah, Monty Python. No, I haven't watched one of those things in forever.
Yeah.
DJ Play Nice, my brother, 4 years younger, had the next gen Joes and was way more into them. I remember the year he got the Jet, The swept wing actuation was so wee awesome.
Oh wow, some of these years they don't even have vehicles. From 64 to 76.
Oh snap!
Wow.
Some of them don't even have vehicles. Got a lot of play sets though.
All right. Well, are we ready to? We're getting ready to move on to the next clip in a moment. Unless there was something else you want to bring up.
Yeah.
One thing I will mention, and I didn't bring it up here. So one of the things that actually distinguishes G.I. Joe from all the knockoffs, because of course, just like we see today, there were plenty of knockoffs back in the day. So one of the first things, they actually had a mark on the butt cheek of all the Joes. So there was that little tag. They also accidentally, and this was accidentally, they wound up with a scar across the face. And the big whoopsie that they had is an inverted thumbnail on the right hand. So,
Oh.
Yeah, I remember two of those. Yeah, that's cool.
But now we're going to get into part 2 of the origin and history of G.I. Joe. Buckle in and let's see if we learned something new.
Now back to G.I. Joe.
The oil crisis that developed in the 1970s made it very difficult for most companies to be able to produce toys in that 12-inch range. In 1977, Star Wars came out, and in 1978, Kenner made boatloads of money selling 3.75-inch action figures. These figures sold so well that most companies decided that is the size that they were going to switch to for most of their figures moving forward for some time. What most people forget about is Takara and the Microman line, which was already in play in the 1970s. The mid-1970s seen the rise of Takara's Microman toys, which wound up creating a partnership between them and the Mego Corporation, which imported them in 1976 to become the Micronauts in the United States. No doubt Hasbro seen the success of not only the Micronauts and Microman in Japan, but of course with Star Wars as well, and in the 1980s talks of relaunching G.I. Joe had begun. Also in the 1980s, the U.S. political climate had changed and military toys again were gaining in popularity. So in 1982, they began production of these new 3 3/4-inch G.I. Joes, and in 1983, a cartoon series was launched to help promote this toy line. This toy line found tons of success and sold incredibly well, creating incredible characters and stories that not only continued in the cartoons but in the pages of Marvel Comics. The incredible tie-in promotion, the three-prong attack of ad advertisements, cartoons and comics, and of course the toys themselves, led to tremendous success for Hasbro and their relaunch of the G.I. Joe line. And the Guinea Pig Collective would be doing a disservice if we did not mention one person who was instrumental in relaunching G.I. Joe, and that would be Donald Levine. Even though there were small gaps in production, for the most part, in some form or another, G.I. Joe figures have been on shelves since their 1982 relaunch. When asked about its enduring quality, Levine suggested that G.I. Joes are very empowering toys for kids. A child has a character that is his or hers to direct through whatever adventure happens to come up on that particular day. The child is able to explore all manner of heroic and exciting possibilities, whether it be as a deep-sea diver, an astronaut, or a jet pilot.
G.I. Joe will return after these messages.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when you jumped right into the fridge commercial, I was like, wait a second, he's pressing the fast forward button.
The fridge, the bears.
Oh, shit.
I hear you. I hear you, Killer Rabbit. It's just something I'm just not going to really hit on because it's not the stream for it.
Did you ever hear that the thing about the Rocky figure they wanted to make, Tommy?
Yeah. That's why they came up with
Big Boa. Yep, Big Boa was going to be his nemesis. Yep. They even have like file card art of Rocky.
Oh wow. Shit.
I see DJ Play Nice knows a little bit about the lines at the gas stations. Yeah. Freaking madness. That oil crisis affected everything. I mean, it was the reason that the car had shrunk down the Micromans, because they were originally those Henshin cyborgs, which I did get into last week on the Transformers origin and history discussions about the tie back ends going back and forth between Hasbro and Takara it's pretty funny to think about now in hindsight. Like everybody always just automatically jumps to Star Wars, but that doesn't happen until 78 when those toys get produced. Microman was already in play. I mean, in 76 it was imported to the States as Micronauts. There's no way that Donald Levine didn't see that and say, we need to relaunch G.I. Joe 3 3/4 inch side just like that, just because of Star Wars alone. There's no way. He had to have seen the success of those figures first, then seen the tremendous success of Star Wars and say, okay, now's the time. And he petitioned with his father to bring G.I. Joe back.
Oh, wow.
Here, Tommy, you want? I have the prototype of Rocky. You want to see it?
Yeah. Go ahead, bring it up.
They actually have pieces of the figure too.
Oh wow!
That would have been pretty awesome.
Yeah.
What was the reason why they decided not to?
This looks weird because look, they have this like sculpted like the G.I. Joe head goes here around the neck, like well later on it went down here, but they have this sculpted like I don't know.
Yeah,
almost like like the Batman cowl that Michael Keaton used,
Kind of, but that's just when you're working with clay, they just want to try to get the likeness down to try to get approval.
That's what they were going to do for the card.
Yeah.
This, I guess, was from the comic.
I would imagine.
Mm-hmm. Nope.
I would imagine his participation in Rambo probably cut the deal short because, competition. He probably said,
when did First Blood come out? Probably the same year that 81 or 82.
I think it came out in 1980, didn't it? 81, 80.
It was 81 or 82.
First Blood Part 2, I think, would be. What year did they try to do this with Stallone? Because it was probably.
This looks later on because you see like the glow behind him.
Mm-hmm.
They changed this because it looked more like an explosion in the early cards, and then they went to this digital. They went to this digital look around 85 or 86 for the figure.
I was going to say real quick. I would imagine that this had to be after the release of Rambo, because why else would he have the headband like he has in Rambo?
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah.
Like, why not just make a Rambo?
Right.
That would have made more sense.
I would think it was probably around the time of First Blood Part 2, and that they were like, well, this is going to be a super popular franchise, and let's make a cartoon and let's put out a figure line. You got to deal with G.I. Joe. Just forget that, and you can do your own thing.
Okay, so Big Boa I think came out in 87, and they were going to make Big Boa and him the way they originally had Storm Shadow and Snake Eyes.
Right.
So this would have been 2 years after Rocky 2.
Well, I would imagine that more than likely it was probably the movie company that didn't want that to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because they're going to lose out some way, shape, or fashion if they've got Toys R Us ready to promote it through G.I. Joe. Then they want to do their own stuff, and
it's kind of dumb too because they threw in real people already. They threw in Sergeant Slaughter, who's a real guy.
What year was Slaughter? Was that like 85 or 86?
85 or 86, yeah.
86.
maybe they didn't realize what it would have done. Because if you have that smaller scale of GI Joe, and then you have like what they did with the Rocky figures later on, they're different scales. So you'd want your product to be, you know, it's not really competition; it's a totally different line. So you could have, like, you know, doubled down on profit.
Yeah, but he had the Rambo line too back in the 80s, which was awesome. Those figures in it.
Yeah, those were cool.
Yeah,
my God.
It came out around the same year as First Blood 2, I think, right?
Yeah. Well, no, I think it came out during the cartoon. The cartoon didn't hit till like 87 or 88, didn't it?
Yeah.
They were on
they were definitely based on the cartoon.
Rambo: The Force of Freedom, right? It was Rambo: The Force of Freedom, right?
Yep.
I always wanted those, but my mom wouldn't let me get them because that's a rated R movie. You can't get that.
86.
How many were in the line? Because I know we had a bad guy and we had him.
There was probably about
they had a few Rambos, if I remember correctly. So they had a couple different like outfitted ones.
And he had partners too. He had a team of people. And then there was the bad guy with the patch and the red beret. But there were a couple different, like Rambo himself. They had like three different kinds of Rambo himself figured. But he had other people on his team.
Cool.
86 lasted one season.
That Jeep though, man. I always wanted
65 episodes. Holy shit.
Yeah, that was a lot.
Well, I mean, they not only did that, when they did the Force of Freedom and all the other stuff, they started putting out the dart guns and everything too. You guys remember them?
Yeah.
So my brother had one.
The knife play set with the holster too.
Yeah. Oh, my brother had all that stuff. The cool thing about the one gun, it was like an M60 dart gun, but it broke down into a couple different weapons. Like
Didn't you show a commercial for that? I think you showed the commercial for that.
I think I showed off the toy a long time ago when I knew where it was. Now I have no clue where it got buried, but anything else?
They had remember the set with the belt, the canteen, the knife, the compass. Back when you could market R-rated movie properties to children.
You may want to do a retrospect on the Rambo toys and stuff next week.
Yeah, that'd be
that's going to be a lot of digging. See, I would really feel remiss if I don't dig up some of the old stuff we have back there. Mm-hmm. And obviously, I'm not going to be able to do that anytime soon.
Oh,
that's all good. Oh, I did get back into that toy store. So GI Joe related, it is actually those the figures I had mentioned that time. So yeah, they're carded. So he had some of the originals, and this is the Italian one. It was
I still had one more part to the origin history, right?
Oh yeah, well, I was just showing this quick. This isn't a 10-minute clip. This is like 30 seconds or something.
The Sonic Fighters.
Yeah, this was the Italian one that was carded. It's like $450.
Fucking hell.
Yeah. So that's the version of Stalker. That's the one I had mentioned. Yeah, pretty cool to see. I mean, you're talking G.I. Joe, so you might as well show some of these, right? Pretty cool.
Oh, that was their anti-drug series. The DEF.
Destro. He was going for, I think, $450 as well.
That's brand fucking original one. Still in the fucking box. Nice.
Pretty damn awesome. Yeah.
And Soul Assassin, I'm actually talking about the Rambo gun. When my brother, we still have it. I brought it back. I think it's missing the stock though, because there was a stock that sat on the back of it to make it look like a full a full M60. But I think maybe the butt end of the stock is missing or something, or it broke. I can't recall exactly. It's one of those things I would have to go through all the crates, find all the damn pieces of it, and put it together. And I'd be able to show it off properly. I mean, I could wind up just getting pictures off the internet, but I think it's a lot more fun if I can actually get the original toy out. What's going on, Keely? Good to see you.
What's up, man?
Keely.
Hey.
All right, here we go. Final part. After that, if we got any other Joe discussion, now would be the time. But here we go with our final part of G.I. Joe Origins and History.
Now back to G.I. Joe.
The kind of make-believe is something every generation thrives on. Levine's opinions on the importance of make-believe had a lot of merit. But something was lost as the G.I. Joes became more and more specific in the 1980s, and children were increasingly being told how to play. High-profile movies may further limit the possibility of play, but their popularity ensures that G.I. Joe will continue to fight for freedom wherever there's trouble. Guys, we hope that you enjoyed this deep dive into G.I. Joe and its origins. Over the course of G.I. Joe's history, many incredible characters have been created, some military, some not, but all becoming part of the Special Operations Unit known as G.I. Joe. Along with Cobra and their terrorist organization, many different characters and sub-genre of soldiers or antagonists have been created for the Hasbro line. The one that always seems to stand out the most, though, is Snake Eyes. Snake Eyes was, shall we not say lazily done, but it was kind of a throw-in piece where they didn't put a lot of time into the paint applications and pretty much just blacked out a figure to be able to have another one in the line when it was being launched. Of course, over the years, Snake Eyes has developed more personality and a much better look and much more articulation as these figures have become so much more well-defined. And of course, right now, we were still in part of a renaissance of G.I. Joe and all the figures that they were putting out, with many classic figure looks returning to the shelves. This has been long waited by many fans, and many are looking forward to the next set of releases that Hasbro will be doing with their G.I. Joe classified line. We here at the Guinea Pig Collective ourselves have been looking forward to the rest of the Dreadnoks being released. Hopefully we'll see all the rest of them, such as Thrasher and Zanzibar, but only time will tell. What was your favorite G.I. Joe?
He never gives up, he'll stay till the fight's won. G.I. Joe will dare. G.I. Joe. G.I. Joe.
Pretty cool.
You cut off the
Yeah, I don't know why that cut off at the end. I was actually having a problem uploading again. So last week I was managed to getting some clips that were a little bit longer. This week when I was doing it, it cut me down by, a few seconds or so.
Oh, bastards.
Don't let nobody cut you down, Tommy.
Yeah, the sons of bitches. Guinea pigs are already short enough as it is. They don't need to make us any smaller, damn it. But no, you said dive into G.I. Joe, and so I did, sir. I hope that I hit all the buttons that I needed to hit, and I hope I got every
awesome.
every itch taken care of.
Yeah, good job.
It was awesome.
Good job.
Well,
Yeah,
you could
go ahead.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
There was a couple more things to touch on though. You didn't touch on how out of hand they got with some of them later on ones. One year they're trying to fight the war on drugs. The next year they're trying to save the environment. The next year they're in space.
I mean that would have been like a full history thing. I was doing more of the origins.
Right, yeah.
Of it.
Yeah.
It's kind of like how I did with Transformers. I didn't get into everything that they did later on. I just got into the origins and history of it. I didn't get into the all the way down the road history. If I wanted to do that, that would be an entire show dedicated to that. I'll tell you what, the pig ain't got time for that.
There's a huge...
Ain't nobody got time for that.
There's a huge portion of Joe fans who all say the same shit. Once Cobra La hit, they tapped out.
Yep.
Every person that tapped out of Joe's says it was because of Cobra La.
And see, I didn't mind it.
I didn't either.
Yeah, I didn't either. I thought that's when the story ended for me. I mean, once they went to Deke for the cartoons, I was like done. The movie, you can't get better than the movie, so I'm out.
Leave on the high note.
Yep.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole build up to Serpentor and all that was pretty cool too. But yeah, when they started getting into the other stuff, yeah, because after the movie, they didn't really seem to they lost direction anyway.
Oh, did they? I don't even think they did anything more with the Cobra La characters on the cartoon after that. They never. I don't think they ever made any more appearances.
No, they had to correct the situation with Duke. Because a lot of people got pissed on that one as well.
Oh, Battle Force 2000 is another one a lot of people hate.
And the cartoon got a really comedy-driven at Deke.
It always they were comedy-driven before that, though.
Yeah, but not as much as Deke. I've been watching some episodes.
They got really goofy later.
But they were pretty damn goofy before that, man.
Yeah, some of them, but you still had some military stories. Like
the Viper. Yeah, the Viper.
The Vindo Viper.
Serious episode.
That's the most serious episode.
Cold Slither was such a serious episode.
You're watching all those old commercials that Tommy always shows us. A lot of vehicles, I didn't have. I had a good many of them, but not nearly as many as I would like to have. Mm-hmm. But you would think that either the company that puts out the Star Wars Galaxies or the Hot Wheels that makes the Star Wars vehicles, that they would do a G.I. Joe line of just all the vehicles, like little miniature vehicles of G.I. Joe. That would be really neat. They did?
Jada did them. So I have a few of them. They only wound up putting out 3 of them, though. So they had Duke and the Vamp. They had Cobra Commander and the Stinger, which is basically a blacked out doors vamp.
Version of the Vamp, yeah.
And then they had Destro with a Hiss tank. Destro with the Hiss tank is the only one I couldn't find.
Yeah, I think I saw those, but I'm talking about something really almost Hot Wheels size, real small. That way they could do a whole bunch of them. Of G.I. Joe?
Yep.
Huh.
I think you can still find them in some of the stores. Yeah, it's the Hiss tank. I think Sergeant Slaughter's vehicle.
The Triple T.
Yeah, I think the Vamp. That's they're like in 3-packs or something. Either 3-packs or 4-packs.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
They also did a series of micro machine ones, that just plain micro machine ones. So I have one of the, it's like three vehicles on a blister card.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Oh, okay, that's the same ones. Yeah, I think Target. I can't remember if that's Jada. I think that's Jada too that does them.
That I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, but I think Target still has them. It's either Target or Walmart. I believe it was Target though.
Oh, I have to look
it definitely was Target, because that's where I found most of the ones that I picked up.
Okay,
including like they did like the old '66 Batman stuff, and they did a bunch of Transformers from the movies.
Oh, Back to the Future.
Like that. I have that set too. The 3-pack of the Back to the Future ones. Yeah, they're cool.
It's pretty awesome.
But whoever's next, go right ahead.
Yeah. But yeah, I was just saying though too. Check the Hot Wheels aisle. That's where I've seen them. Last time I saw them was a couple of months ago. So, but yeah, it was still this year. So keep an eye out for that. Hold on, I'll pull up. Oh, so this is kind of sort of in the same vein as the Joes. Hold on a second. I didn't get it. I filmed it in the store. So Keanu Reeves, he had that comic book Berserker.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that in one of the Walmarts. So yeah, so here he is.
It doesn't look like him.
No, but I will get one thing though. Ron Gardner's artwork is on the package, and I'm happy that they did that. He's someone that I know from the comic book industry. Good guy as well. I had a bunch of good conversations with him over the years, but his work is still always fantastic. But yeah, he did all the artwork on that comic. I don't know if it's finished or if it's still doing anything, but this figure I wasn't crazy about. Like you said, it doesn't look like him. I don't know what the hell he did, but
If it did, I would have bought it just so I could have Keanu heads, so I can like make Keanu Jedis and stuff.
Yeah, yeah. No, maybe that one, but yeah, there are problems. And again, this is like the 7-inch scale, so it's off. Your GI Joe's figures would look like they had huge heads if you tried to swap it out. But I mean, I think he had extra shit in the background, but he comes with like battle damage limbs. I guess you rip off the arms and you could do other stuff with them. I don't know why he has another severed arm in there, unless he beats someone to death with their own arm. I don't know, but yeah. So there's a Keanu figure if anyone's looking for one. Yeah, that was in Walmart.
Did they make a figure for him for that Cyberpunk game?
They did, yes. Which is it, Johnny? Metal Arm.
Does
Johnny,
it look like
Johnny?
him?
It looks more like him than this one.
Ah.
Yeah, I don't know if I did a review on him. I got him like 3 years ago, I think.
Uh-huh.
I can't remember if I have a short or anything like that on him. Maybe I did a full review, but did I show the hot rod last time? I can't remember. I got a couple of these things that were still. Did you guys see this?
I don't think you did. No.
This was in Hobby Lobby. This was pretty cool. Pretty nice stuff they got here. Yeah, some kind of like metal and wood. I don't know what the hell they did, but yeah, this is like handmade.
That looks
They
awesome.
had 2 of them. But yeah, pretty damn awesome.
Yeah.
Good shit. That's why I like kind of going in some of those stores every now and then. Usually, like I'll get paint or sometimes they got cheap pens and markers and stuff in that place too. But yeah, every now and then you'll see something pretty cool like this. So that was pretty rad. Yeah, because there was a few things that I didn't show last time. Oh, yeah, there was an anime store at the mall that I had no idea about. This was kind of crazy. It was in a very weird place in the mall. Like this doesn't get any foot traffic, so I don't even know how they're in business. But they had a ton of statues and things. Some pretty cool stuff.
That's probably why they had to put it there.
Maybe. Well, the bigger item, yeah, they got a life-size bust of Iron Man. It wasn't plugged in though, but the eyes light up and like all the little parts and stuff like
the chest,
the flares, the chest. I think there were some other wires and stuff too on this thing. But yeah,
does he like make sounds or anything?
That I don't know. They didn't have it on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and they had and Adam's not here. It even has the same.
Yeah,
lighting
he's here.
Adam's
He
room.
just jumped in.
Oh, there he is.
Surprise!
There he is. Hey, Adam. I was gonna say I had the same lighting over here too in the store as your room there.
Nice. It's not Vinnie's fault. He had many goats in his eyes, and he just missed that Adam popped in.
No, I got you guys on another screen. I'm looking at this one as I'm showing you guys. So. Sorry, I'm not like Marty Feldman. I can't have like one eye looking left and one looking right.
My Adam's right there. You really gonna say that with Adam right there?
I said Marty Feldman.
Right?
I didn't say
For
Adam.
you.
Jeez. I'm just going to leave.
Mother humper.
I'm going to go have another conversation with that guy about Tord over on Twitter. But, yeah, so I thought that was pretty cool, the Capullo statue with the Joker head. So, kind of neat seeing the different shits they had here. But, yeah, this thing was like in a corner of the mall somewhere. It's like, what the fuck?
Oh, that's awesome. Oh, that's fucking cool.
Yeah.
What is that Spider-Man thing? What?
I don't know.
It was him on that. It was him on that thing, right? Is that what he's coming out of that, right?
Yeah, he's coming out of this weird circular thing.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
I don't know.
Cool.
They had wacky shit to them. It's
a mini hologram projector inside the glass.
Oh.
Yep. Yeah. Pretty cool. I don't know what else you could put on there, but yeah, that was kind of cool to see. So there you go. Johnny Silverhand, that was it. Thank you, Soul Assassin.
And welcome to Adam properly. What's going on, Adam?
Adam, how you doing, brother?
Doing good. Was a little busy. Everything went well. But we'll talk about that off air. But yeah, I'm even prepared today. So yeah, whenever you're ready for me, I'm ready to go. Yeah. So this is a good one here. That's the figure that was black. That all I've done is add that clear that I put on my car for the multicolor.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's got the gold overspray and the glow in the dark, right? So it actually looks very, very silver, as you can see.
Yeah, it does.
Wow.
So kind of cool,
Holy
right?
shit.
Yeah, very
That is
cool.
awesome.
Now here's going to be even cooler, because check it out. The back, that whole wall is covered in the glow in the dark paint.
Holy shit.
So, and it was still light, as you can see, but the camera still picked it up. But yeah, tell me that isn't kind of badass.
Dude, that
Brought
looks
to you by
fantastic.
me.
That's cool.
I'm gonna have to send you the one that you gave me, and you could spray paint it for me.
So yeah, it's just been, kind of the same thing. Kind of neat when that's what they kind of look like beforehand, and then
Nice.
just kind of doing something different with the cabinets with the rattle can paint, making it look Jokerized. And then there's the ugly Superman head with the fat head, fat head Superman.
I still think it looks pretty good in person.
Yeah, it's not horrible. It's missing the gray hair, but I thought it was kind of funny, sticking them together.
For me, I'm almost happy that it's not Alex Ross, because I know the guy's a douche.
Right.
Oh, but I liked the way he looked in Kingdom Come, so that's a bummer to me.
Kingdom Come was a good story.
Yep, it was awesome.
Yep.
So like the idea on the figure was the black was where it was supposed to glow through. That didn't quite work out the way it was intended to, but it still looks pretty badass, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They did a good job with this stuff. Didn't you do 3 different figures?
I did do Adam West's head that I was going to put on this body.
Okay.
Brainiac's head and some of his centerpiece, and Lex Luthor's as well. But the problem is, like the lights in my office don't charge it, so I gotta charge it, and then by the time we go, it fades pretty quick.
Well, here there's a bit of a cheat around it. So if you get one of those flashlights that are like the super powered LEDs, like those Bell and Howell type flashlights that like they're super bright. If you use one of them and you pinpoint the light, you can actually get these things to glow a little bit.
Yeah, it didn't work. I tried that because I only did like a real light coat. It was just a clear with it on there.
Then the other way, Adam, is just get yourself a cheap black light.
Mm-hmm.
They still sell cheap black lights at what the hell is that place in the mall? Spencer's.
Yeah.
Well, I've got black lights that actually go in my fluorescence. But yeah, here it was when it was a little bit more dark. And as you can see, he's glowing next to Megatron, who we know is gray. But yeah, again, this was just me having fun with the rattle can, and there you go.
Very cool.
Just kind of doing something original for one. There you go. There's the that's just clear, man. It's not supposed to, but it looks like cyborg colored and stuff. I thought it turned out really well for an
it looked metallic silver.
Mm-hmm.
And it was really cheap Walmart paint. But yeah, here we go. I kind of got them all stacked up a little differently.
Wow, those are good all together.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to get that. There we go.
That's all right.
There, yeah, it's
sweet.
Yeah, it was really kind of cool to get them all, together. I had to move stuff around again because it's constantly stuff's getting changed around in here, but always having fun, right? That's the whole point of all of this.
Sure, man.
There we go with the green. But I don't know. I thought it was kind of fun to do. We got Adam West next to Christopher Reeves and all these other Supermen and stuff. I was like, you know what? This is kind of cool. And then, the whole room being green, you can always do fun stuff like this. And, with the black lights, as you're talking about, because I have 2 of the individual ones as well. But yeah, that's that. I got to find some of the other stuff because there was one I was going to share, but I will find that and then do it again. But no, that's what I was doing trying to eat real fast and get everything uploaded. I was pulling a Tommy.
Nice, man.
Yeah, I was actually prepared way ahead of time this time.
I saw that.
I saw this in the stores. It kind of works with Adam's that he just showed us all those. I didn't get them because I don't think he looked good in person.
Really? I think he looks better than the regular one.
He looks better than the regular one, but it still looked bad. Like the shoulders are too narrow. The paint job on this is sloppy as shit. Like I don't know what they did, man. It's just so low effort.
This frame looks really bad.
See, I'm glad I got the other one.
Yeah, the ones you have look way better. The one from the video game and the Capullo one.
Yeah, the Capullo one is way. That's depressing. I thought that was going to be a sick looking one, and
me too. When I started, I'm like, oh, they got it. I'm looking at it, I'm like, it didn't look good. And same with Dr. Fate. I wasn't wowed by this one.
What is he, a Steelers fan?
Yes.
All right, wait a second.
They have both versions, by the way.
Was that Dr. Fate was one of these, the digital line?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I saw pictures of the regular yellow and royal blue.
Yeah, they have that too.
This is the chase.
Okay. I didn't know the digital ones had chase figures. I thought it was just the multiverse ones.
Yeah, well, the reason why, because again, this figure comes with nothing, no alternate hands. Just he comes with a stupid base. He's doing this on purpose because all the digital ones are $30 now. So there's I don't think you can find any more regular $22.99 versions. He's trying to put all the newer stuff like this, either digital or collectors, so he could charge an arm and a leg for less product. And this is why I called him out today on Twitter too, because you're bending over the fans, because the tariff thing, it's on hold right now, so they can't use that as an excuse to jack up these prices. So now the newer releases, he's making sure they're going to be in special packaging. Page Punchers as well. I think Page Punchers is a little bit cheaper. It's like $25.99, but yeah, they're spiking all these numbers up. This is
the thing we were kind of talking about before, though, and I made a big stink about it on freaking Twitter as well when they were talking about Transformers, and they're like, "Oh, look, these prices are all going to go up." Now, what the hell are you talking about? These prices have been going up since freaking 2020, and I keep going back and I make the same point with the damn NECA figures. They were $19.99, and look what they're sitting at now, and they were sitting at this before, the person they want to blame it all on even got into office. They jacked up the, like, on average is 34, but some of them are over 36. This happened way before. Because why? Because most of these companies seen that they can get away with raising these prices because some idiots were still going to keep paying through the nose for all this shit instead of trying to wait to catch them on sale or anything like that. Or God forbid, it's the damn scalpers going out there taking everything, and then they're jacking them up. And what are you seeing on the aftermarket? For at least for a year or so, you're seeing astronomical prices for these things you want to get, and you got to really hold out for years before you may actually find a halfway reasonable price.
Yeah. Well, this is everything we were talking about today. So I saw someone sent me a link to this stupid McFarlane Elite. So this is a brand new thing, and he did this because, again, like Tommy was saying, people who are willing to pay obscene prices for figures, well, then that becomes a new benchmark. So Hasbro released the Maximum Spider-Man for fucking $60, $50 or $60. And the aftermarket is even more insane than that stupid thing. But because people were willing to pay it, well, guess what? Now Todd's like, well, we could do that. They made all that money off my version of Spider-Man. So I'm going to start doing the elite versions, and we're gonna charge $60. And that's what he did. There's I'm not even familiar with this because I don't play the stupid game, but Doom. There's some kind of Dark Ages version of Doom, and the figure looks like shit. It just flat out looks horrible. It's cheap. He has, I think, 3 accessories, his little circular base, and he has a little bit more paint deco on him than a regular McFarlane figure. That does not constitute a $60 price tag. But the other kicker on this retarded looking figure is that they made it an ultra rare thing as well. So Big Bad Toy Store had it up. Now, here's the thing. It's very easy to inflate the prices on these things. We already know, and I know for a fact, that all of McFarlane's stuff has been cut in half. The stores are not ordering as much stuff because they were sitting on shelves. He did a lot of C and D list characters that nobody wanted. So all the stores cut the number of figures they were getting from him, except for your Batmans and your Supermans. Like, they're still trying to get as many of those in as possible because they always sell. But stuff like that Doom figure, they made even more rare. So Big Bad Toy Store had a couple of them up. Now, they could have gotten anywhere from 25 to maybe 50 copies. I don't know the exact number, but it was very, very low. So all the scalpers, they knew that this was going to happen. So they bought them all up, and they're going to wait until they get them, and then they're going to skyrocket the prices online. So it's this fake inflation and demand for a character and this elite figure that really isn't there. And that's what the problem is with this whole collecting industry. Because like Tommy was saying, people are willing to pay $60 to $100 on trash, real low quality stuff. And that becomes the benchmark now in these companies. And they're going to keep inching up the prices.
Well, that Kingdom Come one was $30 for a page puncher on Amazon, right? And I got mine. I was fine. No issues with it. But yeah, man, $30. Those used to be like $15 because you got the comic and a figure.
I think those were always 20.
Was it? Okay, I remember getting some for seeing them for 15 too. But yeah, I mean, like you can get some of the
regular figures were a little bit. Yeah, the regular figures were a little bit cheaper.
Yeah.
Hold on a second. Shifty, what'd you want to say? I know you've been trying to get a word in for a minute here.
Well, a couple of things. Not all of them have been inflated. They still make the multiverse line, but those are now available in the Walmart's collector section if you can find them. They're selling out quickly. This new wave with Batman Year One, the Bizarro Commissioner Gordon. They're selling like
Cyborg Superman is up to 80-something bucks.
They're selling like hotcakes. The multiverse is still, but he's doing some screwy stuff. And I'll tell you what I reserved the Superman movie figure, just the basic one, because I don't want nothing to do with crypto. I'm not into crypto or the extra faces. I think there's not a good differential between the faces that come with that $38 set with the crypto and the extra faces. So I went and got the in store at GameStop. I got the regular Superman reserved for I think 25, 26. And now I'm reading, and I didn't notice it, but the basic figure for 26, it comes with a plastic cape. If you want a cloth cape, you got to get the $38 figure. And I was like,
wow.
What? And I didn't even know it. I didn't even realize it. And they're sold out now for the $38 set. So I'm like, well, I guess I'll just have a plastic cape. I'm not paying $38.
Yep. But you could pre-order right now the new gay Superman from the movie for $50 on Amazon.
Well,
50.
Well, that's what I got. I got that one. Yeah, I got that one, but he comes with a plastic cape.
Yeah, I saw someone had picked like out of the box pictures of that Cyborg Superman they just put out for the multiverse figures. They fucked up painting this thing. So many fucking spots where Cyborg Superman is supposed to be silver, they just left blue.
Yeah.
And this thing on fucking eBay now, $80, $89. Like, you got to be shitting me.
I brought it up in a previous stream. The reason why he does it is because he goes, it's a couple pennies cheaper if we don't paint the back of a figure. Take a look at the last, not the one in the Michelin Man suit, the last Ben Affleck Batman, where he has like the regular costume on. If you look at any reviews on him, there's a dirty wash all over the front of them. They turn them over to the back. It's completely just regular plastic. It looks like it's totally unfinished because he needed to save those couple of pennies here and there. This guy is like worth hundreds of millions of dollars. His company is worth hundreds of millions of dollars. And this is what he's doing to the fans. And this is the point I was making. It's, lower quality, higher prices. And if you keep supporting it, they're going to continue that trend, and they're going to give you worse shit at a way higher price. But people don't seem to understand that. They want to simp no matter what. It's the brand. It's the brand they want. It's the brand they love. I'm down to the last handful of figures I want to get from him, and I'm done with them. I'm gonna wash my hands of this shit.
He better not screw up the Batman Returns line. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, there's 2 of them I want out of that for sure.
Yeah, I got to get the Batman. I might get the Walken.
Yeah. Well, I think the Michelle Pfeiffer looks great.
Yeah.
So again, these figures are going to be harder to get because again, they're not making as many of them. And Todd, he's got this thing with the female figures. They're serial killers. That's who buy female figures. That's a quote from him.
Well, remember, the truck came up missing supposedly for the Supergirl, like the whole trailer. Yeah. So there are none, only on eBay.
Yeah, it must have been serial killers that stole that truck just to get her.
Okay, and let's get up out of this because now we're getting into just a hate stream, and I could deal without that.
It's not that. It's just it's what's going on in the entire market is the point that I was making.
I know. I think we've hammered that point home. I don't think we need to beat the dead horse anymore. We're going to go ahead. We're going to get into a commercial break right now. And we're going to recharge the batteries and come back with some more fun stuff.
I am your Professor Indy of the Guinea Pig Collective. Welcome to Toys from Bygone Eras.
Children can have the fun. Yeah. Fun of making their own nourishing drinks with this outdoor Junior Chef Thick Mate Shaker. Thick Shake Maker. Right. Just pour in cold milk and add the Thick Mate Shakes. Thick Shake Mix. Don't get mad. Then turn it on, and in about a minute, you'll have a real yummy, I could say it, Thick Shake. You got it. You betcha.
A crime has been committed. These detectives have been assigned to the case. Their job, round up the suspects. And that's what you try to do when you play Mattel's new lie detector game. The exciting new game of scientific crime detection. It could be any one of 24 suspects. Question each one. Is he telling the truth? The lie detector says no. Now check the racketeer.
Well, I think it was a guy with a big jaw.
Now you have one clue. Next, try the school teacher.
I saw him. I'm sure he had a mustache.
True again. Now you know the criminal had a big jaw and a mustache. By eliminating the other suspects, you're ready to make an arrest. And there he is, the Playboy. With skill and the lie detector, you become chief of detectives. Mattel's lie detector game is real fun. Get it wherever toys are sold.
It's the Action Kids. What in the world are they up to now?
Let's get right down to business.
Business? What business?
Fun business!
The Fun Pack Carry-All Action Playset by Marx. Look, this opens up the wild action world of Fort Apache. With Indians, cavalrymen, shell-shooting cannons. And here are the Fighting Knights, with a real drawbridge, knights, Vikings, and rock-throwing catapults. Here's the boot camp, with 10 Jeep bullet-shooting machine guns and 80 soldiers. Or land a helicopter at Cape Kennedy. Fire the rockets, back the space missile into the launching pad, and start the countdown. It's off into space. Zoom! Get Fort Apache. Get the Fighting Knights. Get the boot camp. Get Cape Kennedy. Get all 4. And carry your own world of action wherever you go. The Rugged Steel Carry-All Action Playsets by Marx.
Thank you for joining us, and remember, if it's not being done by a pig, it's not worth watching.
Where do you find those old
before the interwebs?
Yeah, where do you find those old commercials?
Pure luck and just determination to find something completely different and odd. And what's going on each one? But wait a minute. There's more.
I didn't even know that Lamb Chop was that old of a puppet. I thought.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, man. Oh, God damn! That was around for a very long time. You kidding? There was a small resurgence in the the mid '80s or so.
Yeah, that's when I remember it.
Yeah, there was a small resurgence in the mid '80s. Go ahead, Shifton.
I didn't know Sherry Lewis was that hot.
Yeah, she's doing pretty good there.
Hey, what's going on, Scrambles?
The male perspective chiming in. That's fantastic.
They're at it again.
Just imagine if you was her wife or a husband or boyfriend, and she started talking to you like lamb chop all of a sudden
in bed.
Or she wanted to get the
only in the bedroom, though. Only in the bedroom, yes.
Or she starts talking like Hush Puppy.
You did what to lamb chop?
Oh Jesus!
We've already got Trina cracking up, so I want to get into this last. I've got one more Toys from Bygone Eras clip. This is a little bit shorter one, but this is special, and I really hope a special person on this panel enjoys this one because I did this just for you today.
Gaylord, you look kinda crazy, you move kinda lazy, see what he'll do.
Gaylord! 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 Here we go! Kinda crazy. Kinda lazy. You're full of string and he walks with you. Gaylord! Gaylord! Slasher wants him!
But the bad guys still aren't included.
You gotta do a Gaylord commercial where you play like Sarah McLachlan music and put like an address to fucking fund abused dogs.
Yeah, please do, because oh my god, I had to take my earpieces out.
Dude, you did a Gaylord death metal song. And I noticed that it was you singing, which is freaking awesome, by the way.
Dedicated for Slasher, too. I mean, come on.
Dude,
Beautiful.
That was great.
That sounded like it's like South Park. It sounded like something like the Lords of the Underworld.
That was great. It was almost as good as my Tour Roll song.
Hope you're doing well, Ancient One.
What's up?
Ancient One.
In the arms of Gaylord. I tell you, the one thing I had a problem putting that song together today, in BandLab, they don't have very good options for drums on there. So that was the part that was killing me. That, and even through the mastering, it's hard to bring the vocals up. I don't know why. They keep getting buried in the mix. Appreciate
That was
it.
great.
Appreciate it.
That was great.
I'm going to go back and mess with it again a little bit more, see if I can't fix the drum part. But yeah, Slasher, for you, buddy. I figured maybe you would appreciate a death metal version of Gaylord.
Now you got to do your best Sarah McLachlan impression.
You're gonna have to play that every single
and do what Scramble said, in the arms of a Gaylord.
Soul Assassin wants to see Gaylord play Ozfest now.
Nice. The official mascot.
Oh
he
my
looks kind of crazy.
You just hear that.
Is that Ozfest?
Like, oh, what song is this?
Is that Ozfest? You got to give him a Slipknot T-shirt and some Janko jeans.
So I spent a small portion of the day looking online to see, because I know you said you'd looked a few times, see if there was any Gaylord figures. They are impossible to find.
No, it wasn't even. Yeah, that day I was looking it up a couple weeks ago. There were nothing on eBay. And the one thing that it said, like, for shopping, it was already sold out. So that thing is fucking...
thing.
That thing is...
Those damn scalpers.
Yeah. Gaylord is something Indiana Jones could go searching for if they ever make another fucking terrible movie.
I had 5 of them when I was in.
The only thing...
What are they in a museum?
The only thing I saw on eBay of Gaylord, it was a magnet.
Yes, it was on Etsy, right?
I saw one on eBay a couple weeks ago.
Oh, okay. I'd seen Etsy there was a couple sites on Etsy had stuff like that.
Wait, you didn't jump
It
all
was
over it?
weird. So what's weird, if you go to search Gaylord, don't just put Gaylord because you will wind up getting the dumbest shit possible. Like, I'm not even saying you're going to see like really real weird shit. You'll see like a whole bunch of like collies and other type dogs. And if you put Gaylord the dog, you're going to see even more dog pictures. You got to put Gaylord the dog toy in order
At
to
least
be
you're
able to
seeing
find the
dogs.
search you want.
Yeah, I know, right? Shifty, at least we're seeing dogs.
Yeah.
Specify what Gaylord you are looking for, sir. Or madam.
I don't think I'll ever be typing that into the search.
We'll get
don't do it
Frank
on
to
Twitter.
Then he
Don't
can
do
write
it on
another
Twitter.
angry letter in the closet.
Holy shit.
Right? Scramble's still got some Jenkos, and yeah, you never know, Soul Assassin. Everything makes a comeback around. I'm sure any day now you're going to see bell-bottom jeans make another
What were the other
resurgence.
ones? Kickwear.
I think they bypassed it because they just went, from jeans to like pajama pants.
Bell bottoms already made a comeback.
Yeah, but I'm saying again, I think the last big comeback was sometime. It was before 2020. It was before that. My daughter was still living in the house the last time they made a huge comeback.
Yeah.
And then the ripped jeans made a comeback again. And then they've been slowly fading back out again.
Yeah.
I've still yet to see
Zubas.
parachute pants make a comeback.
Yeah, Zubas and fanny packs need to come
Michael
back.
Jackson pants.
Okay, we don't need to be doing that. Like, put that. Don't be saying that. Fanny packs. That means something different over in like England. Fanny pack. If you have a fanny pack, it means something totally different.
Fanny packs were awesome, man. I used to run a black market trading card ring in middle school through my fanny pack. I used to carry like
Black
cards. I would
market?
sell them. They were outlawed in school, so I would be selling them and trading baseball cards at school, and that's how I carried them around.
Look at this. We got a criminal on panel.
Yeah, and let me tell you something. This is a little cool story here. All of our cars got confiscated. Like everybody's in the class, two classes worth got confiscated, and they would the teachers would give them to the vice principal, and he would go and he would take them and put them in the locker in the back of the office. But there was a side door to get back in the office, and I took it upon myself one day to do a little Mission Impossible routine, and I snuck in there and I got them all. I may not have gave them back to all my friends, but hey, it is what it is.
Now you're gonna get a phone call stuck in the corner. They're gonna take your diploma from whatever grade school it was and make you repeat.
No more
I remember
Billy
the
Madison.
Garbage Pail Kids were like that.
Oh man, you guys are killing me in the chat. Holy crap, man! DJ Play Nice said he had a duck that was similar to Gaylord, voice actuated.
Wow.
And Soul Assassin said, "Hey Vinnie, imagine McFarlane doing a Gaylord the dog figure. How many different versions would he do?"
And we got to also talk about the price.
Jokerized Gaylord.
Adam, do you got your spray cans ready?
That's right. We're gonna make money.
That's it. Make them glow in the dark.
Damn right.
I thought about all the scams I did in high school.
Yeah, like there's some things that I didn't ever think would be put together, and that would be black market and fanny pack.
I know.
Like, yeah.
Oh my god. He was also selling Quaaludes out of those.
No.
Did you see DJ Play Nice's?
I was thinking the
comment?
bottle cap candies and shit were mixed up in there, and nerds. He's got a little bit of everything going on in there.
Yeah.
Well, all right. That's what they
What you
said. That's what they said. All the roid heads in the gyms in the 80s and 90s. That's why they all had fanny packs. A, it was to keep their money in there, and B, when they would meet up with their roid dealers in the gym, they would put their roids in the fucking fanny pack after they handed out the money.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wasn't it in that movie too? with the Rock and Wahlberg.
I didn't see that. I didn't see that.
Ain't a game.
I know the one you're talking about. The with him and Marky. I didn't see
it's
it.
a true story thing. Whatever. But yeah, there you go.
I was going to say, who's next up on the block?
I don't know.
Oh, I got nothing this week. I had to do the thing choosing between toys and food again this week. So
yeah. Let me see. I got a couple
food
more.
would be the winner then in that case. Yes.
Yeah, I haven't started that. So
Shifty's got something in the back.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, I got 2
His
videos.
fanny pack.
I can't fit this in a fanny pack. Can somebody hit play for me?
Yeah, 1 sec. Just trying to get it open.
I did something stupid.
Uh-oh. What'd you do?
Well, you'll find out.
Okay.
Oh God. Oh God.
Yeah. That's the first pop vinyl I've ever bought. I got it this morning. And I feel dirty now because I don't like pop vinyls. I got a grudge against pop vinyls. I kind of had the idea for them back in the 90s. And I'm a little bit bitter to see how far they've went and how hot they got and how much money they've made off of little generic bobbleheads. Today I saw this at my Walmart, and I passed up on it last week when I originally saw it because I thought it was like $20-some because it's a bigger pop vinyl. But I got a price check on it today, and same price as all the other ones, $11.88 at Walmart. I couldn't pass this up. For one thing, it doesn't look like a regular pop vinyl. It looks great. It looks really nice and a lot better than the other Xenomorph vinyls that they put out because I'm not a fan of the ones that has the see-through dome where you can see the skull. Don't like that. I don't like the design of the Xenomorph. I like the darkened dome up front, but it does gradually get see-through so you can see the ridges in the back of the head. A lot of detail for $11.88. Wow. I feel dirty, but I don't because this is really nice. This is really nice for the price. Like I said, I thought it was like $20-some, but man, good stuff. If they put more things out like this that don't look like the regular pops, I might pick up some more. I may try to look for a Predator, but I'm sure it has that ultra cutesy design. This is still, you take that head off and you could, there's nothing really pointing to it being a pop. It just basically.
I agree. Looking at this thing, if I just saw it on a shelf, I would not have guessed this was a pop.
Well, I would just like to point out, Gap says that you did pop your pop cherry.
Yeah.
There you go.
Unfortunately. A smaller Xenomorph figure. You got the tail and everything. Of course, this is the Alien 3 Xenomorph, so it doesn't have the spikes on his back. But man, all the detail on that for $12, that is crazy. And I've never actually held one in my hands. They're sturdy. Heavy plastic too. This is crazy. $12. Get out to Walmart and get you one.
You hear that, Trina? He had never held one in his hands before.
Yeah, I'm curious. Oh, geez.
No, he's pop curious. That's it. We got to get this Vincenzo out of here.
What? That wasn't mine. That was Shifty. Jesus Christ.
Well, look, he showed the video. Now all of a sudden you're pop curious. So what the hell's going on here?
Okay. I was not pop curious. I was Adam who's pop curious. Oh, shit.
But it was extra hard seeing that. Wait, I didn't mean that. But look, hey, no, it's extra hard seeing that section there this weekend because they're actually re-releasing some of the older ones. They're putting out like the Hulk and Spider-Man and Wolverine and all the heroes, and they're putting out some older Star Wars ones. There's a real nice Luke Skywalker in his X-wing gear. He's got the helmet on. And I'm like, oh, should I? No, stay strong. Take the alien and go.
Next thing you know, you're going to have the little banners, and you're going to have the big number one finger for Pops. And what's going on, the Dig Outlaw?
Hey, there you go.
What's up, Doc?
Not happening.
Hey, Doc.
What's up?
Yeah, Funkos is where I started collecting. I actually had a huge collection of certain lines like Buffy, Smallville, X-Files, shows like that, Game of Thrones. I had a bunch of those, and some of them look awesome. And I had a giant Cthulhu that I gave to Tommy's daughter. That Tommy admits that is awesome. It was huge. Awesome looking figure.
Ah, Tommy's very pop curious. I see.
It was for his daughter.
He kept it.
Just like Big Bang Theory, you know.
Not in this lifetime. No, that went straight to my daughter, man. Because she's always been into that kind of stuff, and she was actually looking for something like that, could never find it. So when Trina said she had one, oh yeah, that'd be great, man. I could send that to her for her birthday. The one she sent was huge. Like, damn, the box
like
had to be. It was close, I think. If it wasn't, it was huge.
I seen a handful of those at like the Books a Million. Like they, for a short time, they had like the really oversized ones, but they have just a sea of them in there. I didn't know they were still moving.
Oh yeah, remember the news that they were getting, like they were going to be sending them to the landfill?
Yep, they were going to get Atari ET treatment. Yep,
that was fake news. They keep on coming out with new ones.
Holy crap!
Yeah, and re-releasing them, and I'm just glad that they're not like Pringles. Once you pop, you can't stop. Because I'm stopping.
Yeah. Well, see, that's the one thing I was going to point out. I've never seen anyone take them out of the box. So
mine all came out.
I've seen one out of the box.
Mine out.
I always thought they were fucking bobbleheads. I know that I know some of them are, but some of them are also just regular, you know.
That's right. Yeah, Adam did have one. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, because my daughter got me the Joker ones, and I opened them up. And then the Batman '89 one, I opened it up, but it all started with a Juggernaut bobblehead because I thought it was freaking awesome for $1.
Oh, that bobblehead. Oh, that was a pop.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Real quick. Get to the chat over here. Bad Take Vote says got an X-Files, the official archives book for Mother's Day. It was awesome. Soul Saxon asked Trina, did you see the news of the new Buffy actress?
I haven't kept up with the news. Last I saw was that they were resurrecting the series. Is Sarah Michelle Gellar still going to be in it, and is she going to be Buffy?
Yep.
Okay.
I think so.
I don't understand the need to do that. I mean,
are they doing a daughter situation?
Yeah, it's the girl from Skeleton Crew who played the lead. The co-lead.
Trina, you asked why they decide to do this, Trina?
Yeah.
Creative bankruptcy. That's all.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Soul Assassin also says Vinnie identifies as pop curious. Careful not to say that out loud in some parts of the country. It might attract company you don't want, Vinnie.
Never.
DJ Play Nice also said, I resisted Funkos, actually had zero interest in them until freaking Amazon fed me some on clearance. I only get the music-related figures and those deep discount ones for friends. Hashtag accidental Funkos.
Mm-hmm. But Tina's saying they made Duran Funkos.
Oh, yeah, dude. They've made all kinds. They've made... Dude, the Iron Maiden Funkos look awesome. Yeah. Oh, yeah. They've made a bunch of them. Yeah.
I think they've done just about. Didn't they even do stuff for Reservoir Dogs too?
Oh yeah,
probably.
I'm not sure about that,
because I know Reaction was the only other company I knew that did something back in the day, and they did like the little 3 3/4 figures when they were really just getting back into the game again after
they did a
fell
shit
out
ton
in the
of music
90s.
figures. I just at one of the stores in my neighborhood, they were out of the box, and he only had 3 of them, but he had the Motley Crue figures.
Oh,
They
cool.
looked pretty fucking good,
See what I'm saying? Like,
You guys
No,
all
but
sound pop curious.
Not the fucking pops, the fucking reaction figures.
Oh.
The ones that look like the old school. The
Yeah.
ones built like the old school Star Wars figures.
Yeah. Yeah, but some of the pops do really do look good. But when I started watching Tommy and Vinnie's toy streams, I stopped collecting those and started collecting NECAs. Because I only had one NECA figure, but I didn't know all about NECA the way I learned when I started watching this stream. I had the Ashy Slashy puppet. That was the first collectible I got outside of Funkos. And then I started collecting all the NECA horror.
Damn it. I'm trying to open this up. I can't open it up. My screen just starts spinning. I put something in the private chat that Soul Assassin had sent.
I don't know if I can.
He said, yeah, DM'd you a pic for Shifty.
I got it. You want me to share it?
Yeah, if you can, yeah, because
Okay.
mine won't allow me.
Yeah, I'm on a Kindle. If I click it, it might boot me. Oh.
There's that. Do you guys see that?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. And then that.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's
sorry.
cool.
That's nice.
It reminds me of the Hero Clicks. Is that what that's from?
I don't know. Yeah, how big is this? We need answers.
Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't say.
That's amazing detail.
Yep.
Yeah, these are cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, Eagle Moss. I'm pretty sure it wasn't Eagle Moss the one that did Hero Clicks.
Eagle. Yeah, I never heard of that. That looks
cool.
awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool.
When did that come out? I guess it's recent.
Well, that's posted May 15th, so that's today.
Oh. Cool stuff.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. 1997. Alien Resurrection, 1997, Eagle Moss.
Oh.
I think that they're talking, is 1997 when the movie came out?
Is that the
Yeah.
movie? Okay, yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Alien Resurrection, yeah.
Yeah, because Eagle Moss wasn't around making Hero Clicks back in 97, I don't think. Pretty sure they didn't come out into the 2000s.
Yeah, we'll have to
But I
check
could be
into that.
mistaken.
That's very cool. Who sent this?
Soul Assassin.
Thank you, Soul Assassin.
Yeah,
We'll have to
thanks.
look into this.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for those big NECA figures from Alien Romulus to kind of drop in price a little bit. I don't want to pay $40 for them.
I know some of this price is outrageous. DJ Play Nice, they did tons of brand new ones. The Go-Go special box Vatican figure is wicked sweet.
The Vatican.
Yeah,
Vacation.
Metal Singers. Yeah, NECA. Well, NECA did a few things, didn't they? Did they? I can't remember. Did NECA do any tiny Toonie Terrors? Like
which
of this
of any
of
band?
the metal?
Yeah.
No.
Not yet. They dipped their
They didn't do
toes
Alice
into the comic book stuff a little bit with the DC ones, but
Yeah.
it's been horror, DC, and Universal Monsters.
Yeah, they did the Toonie comics. They did, and then they did like some cartoon figures. and then the horror, Universal Monsters, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Other horror figures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they haven't yet.
Real quick, I'm going to get to this. Fake super chat from Ancient One. A cloth-sized bag of premium guinea pig treats for Tommy the guinea pig, his wife, and the guinea pig pup. So they go, we got a complete happiness. Thank you. I know it'll never be a reality, but it's always fun to get the fake super chats. Thank you, YouTube, for absolutely nothing. Scrambles wants a Pantera Funko Pops. And there's nothing wrong with it. Educational programming, Adega. We do it here quite often. It's funny because I was just looking through my feed and it came up. That happens. Yeah, Eagle Moss. I think I'm almost caught up to the chat here. That's not HeroClick? Okay. It looked like it with the base and the stand that was on it. Swimming Xeno is one of the few highlights of that movie. That's an Eagle Moss model, and they have gone out of business. Okay. But Master Replicas in the UK are doing some alien stuff. Okay. Thank you, Gap.
Nice.
Appreciate that.
I know that Hiya Toys is hitting a lot of the Alien and Predator stuff again. And what's in? They got another line. Oh, they're doing Walking Dead as well.
The Go-Go's Vatican album, just to clarify.
Vacation. Vatican?
Yeah, I'm saying Vatican because that's what I want to say.
Yeah, I was wondering what was going on.
All right.
I can't believe I can't believe he didn't pick up on that sooner. I did it twice.
If Hooked on Phonics works for you, it works for you. I got it.
What's up, Tolbat?
Duolingo over here.
What up,
in the
Tolbat?
chat.
What's up?
Hey,
What did I
Tolbat.
walk into? Yeah, you walked into a fun stream. That's what you walked into.
You're welcome.
Damn, I'm trying to make you guys laugh and have a little bit of fun, and you're making it.
We're gonna
so damn
start
difficult.
We're gonna start charging for this kind of content.
All right, guys. I'm going to open up with a toy break. After that, does anybody have something afterwards?
No.
I got two more things. Yeah.
I got one more thing.
All right. Well, everybody get their stuff ready. I'm going to head into a toy break, and then I'm going to let you guys go ahead and show whatever you want to show off. I hope everybody's having fun out there. Remember to hit the like, subscribe to everybody's channel, and just have a blast because that's what we're all about here on Collectible Past. We are hanging out with the biggest and fluffiest guy in the universe, Indy. What's going on, Indy? Oh, Indy, hanging out, getting ready to check out some toys on this toy break, right, buddy? Here we go. We got the biggest fluff ball in the universe, right, Indy? Indy! Oh, Indy. Oh, so big and fluffy, and he's hanging out as we're going to take a look at some mini cars. So, what do we got here? The first one up is we got Gravedigger right here, the Monster Jam, the little $1.25 cars right there. Pretty cool looking. Not bad looking. Pretty neat. Always liked that Gravedigger design. Thought it was pretty cool. We also got this Matchbox right here. We got a 1941 Plymouth Coupe. Pretty sharp looking. And we got this Hot Wheels HWR cars. This is the Ain't Fair bus. Pretty interesting design. A little hard to see. It's got this clear plastic top on it. But of course it has got on the side spray paint, Ain't Fair. Pretty interesting, pretty cool. So there we go. Showing off some more cars. I'm sure there's a few people out there in the chat that appreciate that. Break Cotton. Guys, this was your toy break for today.
Nice. I
Great
seen
digger, $1.25 for that grave digger. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's a great price for it. The bus, I saw a few of them. So they have artist editions. There's like I think 4 or 5 other cars. So they had the bus. They had what was the other car? I think a Camaro. There was a few different ones where they have like graffiti art on them. There's a special series that they've been releasing.
Yeah, Frankie said the same thing. What's up, Frankie?
Yep. What's up?
Hey, Frankie.
Yeah, he said he's seen it at Walmart. I don't. You seen it at Walmart? You know where I seen this damn thing?
Where?
I seen that at the Dollar Tree.
Oh yeah, Dollar. Yeah, I picked up a couple at a Dollar Tree recently.
Do they have any more of the monster trucks? Any like different ones?
They had a few of them. Yeah. Nice. The Gravedigger was the only one I really liked out of all of them, so that was the only one I picked up.
Very cool. Yeah, I'm gonna do a short on those soon as well. Some of the ones that I have, because Tommy, I did get that one. It finally came. That I mentioned to you. So I do not know the difference. The one thing I did look up though with some of those Hot Wheels, the ones that are like super rare chase figures. There's like a couple of signs that you can kind of tell like what's a super rare figure. And in the packaging, you'll see behind the car itself on the card back, there's going to be either a silver circle or a gold circle. So it's like behind the car on the thing. That's one sign. And like they'll have one guy showed 2 different versions of it. So they have like I don't know, regular like red Camaro, and the wheels are like the spokes on them are different. They're larger. And the rare one, they're way smaller. And the paint job has more of like the metal flake stuff in it. You could tell a difference like that. And even the package artwork, you'll see the differences on the package artwork. But like at a quick glance, you're not going to notice. So those are some of the tips if you're looking for rare Hot Wheels figures. From what I understand, they're like 1 in 1,000. There's something like that.
Isn't there like a little star on the package?
Yeah, it's going to be it's either silver or gold. The gold ones are the ones that are way more rare. But yeah, silver is pretty rare as well. Because I was curious because we were looking at some things like I don't understand why the prices are so different on some things, but so yeah. Here is a review that I got, and again I got him specifically because I'm going to customize this guy. But
I want to too.
Oh yeah, definitely. Because I got to get nail polish remover to get off that ugly tattoo on his arm. But yeah, this is Wolverine's son apparently.
Here is Dakin from Dark Avengers. This is a brand new Marvel Legends figure. This is the son of Wolverine. Got this guy on discount. I'm Vinnieart, and I am a comic book creator, formerly designer of McFarlane Toys. I'm going to show you some of my books as well. Here are some of the cool books.
You guys,
plenty of awesome stuff. But let's get back to the figure. So here is Dakin out of the package, and again, I got this figure for a very specific reason, and I will be breaking that down in a minute. But yeah, because he is a slightly taller version of Wolverine. And I am going to be using nail polish remover to take off this really ugly tattoo. I'm going to be repurposing this guy. But before I get into it, articulation, pretty good. It's sort of the standard body with some differences. Again, it's just like a taller version of the regular kind of Wolverine.
Are his boots blue?
Seems a little slimmer.
Or is that just the way it's okay?
Yeah, it's the lighting.
You could, get a flight stand thing or something, and you could get them up in the air. This is probably the better of the claws that you have the 2 like that. But yeah, he has one on the inside of his palm, which looks absolutely retarded.
Yep.
I always hated that design. And here is his lousy head that you could probably use if you want to make Mad Max villain. If you want to do a custom figure. And he does come with the Dark Avengers comic book thing here. It is just solid. There's nothing special about it. Here's what he looks like with his head on, well, the unmasked head. Again, really crappy design. I don't like the character at all, but I love the brown suit, and I will show you what I was planning on doing. Here's a hint So we have a custom Wolverine here. I will be using this head. And bam. So we got the brown suit Wolverine. And I like this because it is a slightly taller version of Wolverine. And it fits better to the Deadpool 3 movie when you have the scene of him facing off with the Hulk. So like I said, I'm just going to use some nail polish remover and take off all this crap on his arms. And yes, this masked head fits perfect on a regular Wolverine body. So if you are looking to do that, you can kind of see the height difference between these guys.
Wait, those claws, you bought the Helverine figure?
Oh, I got that thing like on freaking massive discount.
Oh.
Yeah, it was like, I don't know, $6 or $7. But I'm like, yeah, I like the brown suit, and they don't really have any other versions of them. But that's why the Dakin one, as you can see, it's almost like towering over the other dude. So like, that's the version that I wanted for the Hugh Jackman. And I do have his regular. I have like the brown, the regular claws as well. So I'll be swapping that out. But
Can you take the front claw and like remove it and glue it to the back?
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to rip off that one because I have the an older version of Wolverine in the brown suit, but obviously because like they updated all this shit. But those hands still plug in fine, so I could just swap them out like that. But you could take it. You could rip that off and then just cut off the nub and then glue it on the back. So yeah, you could have all three if you want.
Who came first of Wolverine's kids? This one or X-23? Which one was made first? Oh.
Yeah, X-23. Dakin, they tried pulling later on, and I think he's the one that killed the Punisher in one of their storylines, and they brought him back as a Frankenstein. Like, it was really stupid.
Yeah.
I seem to recall one of the books where Dakin was completely out of control, and Logan, he's trying to pacify him and doing a piss poor job at it, and it was Deadpool that puts a freaking slug in his head. I can't remember if it was adamantium slug or if it was a carbonite slug or is that right?
Oh, is he dead in the comics? I don't even know.
I don't know if he killed him, but I know he took him down with the bullet round that he used.
Okay. Yeah, it's very strange that they even did this crap with them. And why are they moving like his middle claw? They did it with the other kid too. They put it on the foot. Like I don't understand that. Very strange, but I'm not crazy about the idea of him having kids either. It's very odd what they did. But
favorite bit is talking.
I don't like that storyline. Yeah, he was part of the Dark Avengers, where they got like all the villains kind of took the place of another regular Avenger, and Norman Osborn was leading the charge, and he had stolen like the Patriot armor suit from Tony Stark, and he was going around as like their leader. But it was like
Is this when they turned Doc Ock into fucking Spider-Man too?
I think it was a little bit after. Whatever, yeah, it was somewhere around I think the same time period. Because I only have like one storyline where they're even in it, and I didn't know what the hell was going on. I'm like, what is this shit? I think Siege was I think the name of the storyline, but anyway, I'm happy that they did release this figure like that because he's like a perfect custom job, super easy as well to make him a Hugh Jackman version in the brown suit.
That's what Soul says. When the collectors make better stuff than the companies, right?
Yep, absolutely, man. So boom.
And DJ Play Nice, catch up on the chat again real quick. Dollar Tree seems to do big inventory additions every 6 to 8 weeks. I don't check religiously, but it's a pattern. I noticed in toys there over the past 2 years or so. He also says, I don't know which panels mentioned Five Below excursion 4 to 5 months ago, but now I hit 2 of them here about once a month. Their restock is totally tied to the season's holidays. Both Vinnie and I have mentioned Five Below numerous times.
That's cool.
One last thing. I'll go ahead, Vinnie.
Yeah, I was going to say, and it depends what area you go into as well. I've been to 3 different Five and Belows, and they got totally different stuff in them. So yeah, keep an eye out.
Well, yeah, it's like the stock through a lot of these. If the stores go to enough of them, you're going to see stuff that you don't see in any of the other ones. Yeah. I mean, you'll see that with any of them, whether it's Dollar General, Family Dollar, Dollar Tree, Five Below, even like Ross and with the Burlington Coat Factory you told me about. Like, I had no clue they had toys in there. Go to one Berlin coat factory, they have jack shit. The other one, all kinds of weird shit. So you just never know.
I found that out through someone on YouTube. They had mentioned, "Oh, I got this at Burlington Coat Factory." I'm like, "Got what?" I'm looking. I'm like, "Oh my god, they got figures there."
Frankie wanted to know. I feel '80s Matchbox were better and cooler than today's Matchbox. What's your take? I would say so. I think that this was back when there was a little bit more, how we could say, competition, because Hot Wheels wasn't underneath Mattel. Matchbox was.
Okay.
Now Mattel owns both brands.
That makes a lot of sense. Because I remember all the rubber tires. They said now only those super rare chase figures are the ones that have the rubber tires on Hot Wheels.
Wait, I thought Hot Wheels was Mattel. I thought. So Matchbox was.
I thought or is it Hot Wheels was Mattel and then
Hot Wheels was
Matchbox.
Mattel.
Yeah.
Hot
Either
Wheels.
way, at one time Matchbox and Hot Wheels were being produced by two separate companies, but they're both underneath Mattel now.
All right, that makes sense.
I thought Matchbox was its own company. I thought that was the company.
See, I can't remember exactly. See, I have old cars.
What happened?
I have old cars in the back with the boxes. So I could find out easily what the company was. I just got to go look for them real quick.
Oh, I got to ask my
I'm
uncle.
not going to do it right now.
He used to collect all the Matchbox stuff back in the day. I think he has a case of them. I can double check with him. But...
Did anybody else have anything?
Not Shifty.
Yeah. I got something here. Yeah. There we go.
Get that. Oh, 1 sec. Oh, actually, Shifty, I did find one as well. By the way.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. It was in a Walmart I've never been to. I checked online and they had one in stock. And it's a good thing I did because I found something that Trina was looking for as well. So here it is.
Hey, what's going on? Shifty back with another pickup video and check it out. I finally got my Batman Year One Walmart exclusive figure. Heck yeah, I've been looking for this for a while now. Try to get in on the pre-order, and just like a lot of people, couldn't do it because the pre-orders sold out within seconds. Even before they even announced them going live, they were sold out. So yeah, that was a major issue last month, and then they had several other opportunities to get in on the pre-order, but if you did, your order was likely canceled because it's Walmart and they do stuff like that. And then I had an issue when it came back in stock locally for me. I didn't know that I had a warehouse right up the road, but man, they were sending my orders to the store as stock instead of fulfilling it. So it would get, going from processing back to order placed, and then they cancel on me. And then I placed another order and I saw stock popped up in the store. So I would try to get over to the store to, get me a figure, but they sold out an entire wave, like several boxes full of figures within an hour. I guess scalpers got over there before me. But within the next day, they got some more over the weekend, and I was lucky enough to nab one finally. But the thing is, I had like 3 others placed on order just in case I had to cancel those when I got home. But man, cool figure. I'm glad I got him. The gray is just a little bit too dark compared to the actual art from the comic, and he's a little bit short, but I'm not too worried about it. He'll look fine standing next to the 40s Fleischer Superman we're all crazy about because they both have a minimalistic design, and I think he's going to look real nice standing next to him. This will probably be available everywhere within the next month in the collectors section at Walmart in electronics. But finally got him. Great figure. Thanks, Tord.
Yeah, Shifty. I don't think that's going to be the case. He's like one per case. This this exclusive, because when I went over there, they had just opened it up like the hour before, and I asked one of the guys, and he goes, "Yeah, each one of them, it was him." I think he said there were 2 Bizarros, but they only had one when I was there. So it was Bizarro, Batman, Jade, and the Commissioner Gordon. They were all in the same wave.
My Walmart had 3 in a box, or in 2 boxes. They had 3, so they might have just got an extra one. And there's a Chase figure. It's black and white, but it has a lighter gray that matches up with the comics. And a lot of people are trying to get that so they can swap the belt out on this one and the head on the black and white one to make one that looks more like the comic book version. But I'm happy with this one though.
Yeah. Well, this version, I think was also going to be doubling for people's Alex Ross version to go next to that Superman because it's the same. It's a similar type of design and body.
Well, now here's an oddball one. I'm going to just throw out there right there. With all the different iterations that Tord. Oh, hold on, Jesus, I am slacking. I'm so sorry, Slasher.
Tommy was
I'm sorry
again.
No. With all the things that he's put out, with all the different Batmans and everything like that, I can't believe that he hasn't gone back to like that. What was that? The real early ones, the serial versions of Batman. You know what I'm talking about?
The one where he had kind of like the horns. Yeah, the horns were kind of going at
they were almost like they were also like they were soft. They were like a soft cloth. Horns on top of his head. Yeah, I am shocked that he hasn't tried to do one of those yet.
Well, he had the original version with the purple gloves, so that's the closest I think that would be to it.
Yeah.
No. That wouldn't even be close to it because the original. I'm talking about the original serial. So when Batman first came out as a serial in the theaters, it was like a short live action, almost like mini movies.
Yeah.
But it was like a TV show, but it was in the theater. So the look is completely different than any of these Batmans that he's put out.
Yeah, he had like a crooked mask where he was looking sideways. It was weird.
Dude, that's awesome. I would love to see that.
Yeah, the nose looks like a beak on him.
Yeah, it's available still on Tubi as far as I know.
He really
it was on YouTube. They had the whole entire thing on YouTube.
Yeah.
Okay, when either in the private or after the stream, can you tell me exactly what to look for? I want to see those.
I think it was it's like serials that they used to do in the like before the movies.
Okay. So Batman serials, that's what I look for?
Let me see.
Yeah.
I'll check.
It was like 1948 it came out.
Oh man, that's awesome.
He's really going back and doing some really weird Batman figures right now. Like he just put out there was the Silver Age Batman when it came to the dog. Well, he re-released that one just recently without the dog, and he's in a purple costume instead of the blue. So it's like the purple Batman. So, if he's doing weird stuff like that, he should.
Trina, I'll DM it to you. I found it. It's 3 hours and 35 minutes of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome.
It's.
Hey, what's going on, Lurch?
What's up,
Lurch?
Yeah, here it is. Yeah, so it's not totally off from that other version that I mentioned. The purple glove one, the purple glove is really the only thing that's off. It had a similar bat design in the suit itself.
Still looks better than Turkish Batman.
Yeah, if he does that, he's got to put out a George Reeves Superman, and
I am surprised he hasn't done that.
Me too.
Oh God, Robin looked worse. Robin looked so much worse.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got this really little kid mask with this string.
That Batman, those look like horns.
Yeah,
they do. Yeah.
Well, it's almost like the very first appearances of Batman. His mask looked like that, but the horns like went up more, like a bull, like bull horns kind of.
Mm-hmm.
They had no way to keep them straight up, I guess. It was weird though. But they had the that's the Phantom.
Yeah, I didn't know they did a crossover. Holy shit!
Yeah.
Look, they had cooler stuff back in the day than what we have now.
Yeah.
Is it real though?
Yeah, that might be fake.
Batman. I can't read that. 75 glorious years of Bat vehicles.
I don't think that's real. I don't think that's real.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It looks real.
There's a dog.
Well, if you're going down that rabbit hole, there is something else you could wind up checking. So they have older Green Hornets from the 40s as well.
Yeah.
They
also
crossed
have
over,
Captain
I know
America.
Yeah.
They also have Captain America done
But
too.
there were episodes of Batman where they did cross over though with Green Hornet.
Oh yeah. Remember those? Yeah.
They had the Bizarro figure at my Walmart, and I was going to get it, but there was something really weird about it. The cable tie around the waist was buried into the figure, and I was like, wow, I don't know about that. So I don't know if it had actually popped it loose, the midsection, or if it was just like worked its way in.
I've seen that with Transformer figures where they just it just slips into the joints.
Oh, it was weird.
So in shipping, it could have slipped. But see, that's something too. That's quality control. You need to look at stuff like that. It should have been higher up than in the packaging.
It's like that. It's like that Supergirl I got. The inside of the clamshell it's all crushed, and I don't know how that happened because the outside's perfect.
I don't know. Yeah, it's interesting. I don't know.
Frankie also says the Batman series from the 40s, Batmobile was a regular car.
Yeah.
DJ Play Nice all says it's worth watching those old Batman serial episodes for edification, if nothing else. Thank you. Somebody's screwing up freaking words as well. I love it.
Wait, for edification?
Yeah.
For edification. Why do I don't know.
You watch it for edification purposes while you're on Vatican.
As long as we don't bring up the Vatican City comic book.
European Vatican?
Well, you know what? Edification works. So I just looked up the definition because I used to know this word, but today I don't. And it says the instruction or improvement of a person morally or intellectually. And then it has a quote, the idea that art's main purpose is to supply moral uplift and edification. So yeah.
God damn it.
It works.
Well, here, Frankie fixed it.
Education.
Vinny, did you have anything else, or?
It's another short, but I can save it for next week. No big deal.
Okay, all right, awesome. I got a couple more things that I can get into, so hang on, and we're going to get into some more edumacation stuff. Here we go, Indy, take it away.
How you can
Greetings, humans. This is Indy. Welcome back to Toys from the Past. It is I, Indy of the Guinea Pig Collective, your professor and archaeological pig on this Toys from the Past. So on today's Toys from the Past, we will be talking about 1987's Boglins. So created by the Jim Henson Company alumni Tim Clark, Maureen Trotto, and Larry Moss for the Stephen Towns Company in 1987, Boglins were initially brought to Coleco as a potential addition to their Sectors line, but were eventually marketed on their own by Mattel in 1987. The three original large-scale Boglins were Dwork, Vlob, and Drool. Vlob and Drool were called Plunk and Flurp in the UK, and all were packaged in unique wooden crate-like boxes with bent plastic jail bars. Although sporting small arms and a tail, these puppets mostly consisted of a large goblin-like head, drawing some inspiration from the giant Olmec heads of ancient Mexico. Constructed from an artificial rubber known as Kraton, the initial models also featured glow-in-the-dark eyes which could be moved using a lever inside the puppets. as well as the ability to wink and blink via a small plastic tab above each eye. Unlike many toy lines of the 1980s, there was no accompanying cartoon series or comic book. With no backstory or mentioning in anything else, the Boglins unfortunately did not spend a whole lot of time on the toy shelves and disappeared quite spectacularly when they could have had a lot more longevity. And even though they had disappeared for some time, they are making a comeback. So the line is being rejuvenated, and in August 2022, they did see some come back onto the toy shelves. Do you guys remember the Boglins? Are you excited to see them return? We here at the Guinea Pig Collective have watched many franchises make their comebacks over the past few years, and Boglins looks to be another in that long list. We hope that you enjoyed this Toys from the Past.
Yeah, there we
Awesome.
go with the Boglins. It's one that's actually been sitting in the tank for a while. I thought maybe you'd appreciate that one, Trina.
Oh yeah, I've been seeing those in Walmart. Surprisingly, something I see in the store. But yeah, and Cotton says they look like ghoulies. Yeah, that was what I was thinking too.
What's up, Carl?
Yeah, them ugly little suckers.
They look
What
like
up?
Andrew Cuomo.
Hey,
But,
I talked to the. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah. What do you got?
I got a picture.
Oh yeah,
They
I
just
seen this.
announced-
I seen this one earlier. Yeah.
That looks nice.
Yeah, she looks great. I don't have any love for her or Kazar, and especially I don't want to collect all the parts to get that tiger now because that's going to cost a lot of money. But I may have to pick her up because she looks pretty good.
Yeah,
it does.
Do they say when it's coming out?
Not yet, but everybody was talking about it all day today on Twitter.
Frank Cho did a couple of good miniseries with her. They were pretty awesome.
I always get her mixed up with Shauna and Sheena back in the 80s, Jungle Girls.
Yeah, this is the She-Devil.
And Sheena was Queen of the Jungle.
Yeah, it was
Tanya Roberts.
Yeah, they could have made the designs look a little different.
Now, hopefully, with the sculpted hair they did. Now, I've seen a few other companies that doing it. Jada is one of them. So there's a way that they hollow out the back part of the hair so to make it a little bit thinner when they use that softer, like rubbery plastic type material. So this way it doesn't hinder the movement of the head.
Yeah.
So Jada did a phenomenal job with Blanca with that, with his
nice.
long hair. They hollowed out the hair in the back. You don't really see it, but they hollowed out enough to where that head gets full movement.
I think there's a hinge on there too, if I remember seeing correctly.
Yeah, Tommy, I saw what you were talking about the articulation with that fucking Blanca figure that you could like roll him up like the cannonball.
Yeah. That's the one figure I'm looking for is Sagat in that line as well. But Blanca looks damn good.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah.
They're both popping up at Target, supposedly.
See, there's that supposedly again. You know
I've
what?
seen-
Tommy's going to see him before any of us.
Yeah, I've seen a couple people find them.
Nice. Dude, that's awesome. I know like about a week ago or so, I was hearing rumblings that people were getting them in California. Because usually it's West Coast first and then they start coming over.
Yeah.
Canada as well. Canada usually gets these things before us as well.
But that's weird though, because the Batman Year One wave, those were showing up in Michigan first this time. So
Oh, interesting.
yeah.
I guess it depends.
Maybe they play like bingo and they just hit a spot on the map and that's where it's getting released first.
Who knows? It's wild.
Why would Canada get them first?
It could be the ports over there. Maybe
Yeah.
some of their deals. Because I know, years ago I went to Toronto a couple of times, and one of the shops that I'd been to over there, they had like the Marvel Legends stuff, or it was Toy Biz. They had some of the newer stuff where they started looking better. There's like the Captain America, where like all 4 of his fingers could move. I think the thumb was the only one that was still solid, but like they started upping the articulation and playing with different things. And they had them about 2 months before America got them. So yeah, I don't know. It was interesting. But yeah,
this is two things. This is two things. Toward he doesn't understand that. I mean, Marvel proves that female figures sell because they put out a ton of them, and people go crazy over 'em, like they did today over this week. And I don't forgot the second thing I was going to say. So.
Well, it's the articulation. It's a lot better too. I'll say one thing: the Dark Avengers, Captain Marvel, Miss Marvel, whatever, the red and black, the
Warbird.
Moonstone that she's pretending to be. Yeah, she's like a bad guy who whatever. I did the review on her. It's the same exact mold as the Miss Marvel one.
Are all the new Marvels? Are all the new Marvel figures going to be on cards now instead of in the boxes?
Hopefully.
No, they're still doing a mix of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because the new cards, the new cards that they come on are really nice. They're hard. They're not junky and flimsy like the old ones. You can hang these on the wall and really nice.
Yeah, the old ones are very flimsy. They get damaged all the time. These are very thick cardboard that they used. But I was gonna say, and the plastic is in between. So you'll have like the clamshell, and it's in between the front and back, like how they sealed it. It's interesting. But I was saying with the hair, because Frankie pointed that out too. That Warbird, Miss Marvel thing, whatever. Her hair is sculpted out to the side as well, with like some of the strands up in the air too, and how they're doing it is really, really good. It is solid though; it's not hollowed out, so there is still some limitation depending on the articulation. But if you get a good enough ball joint in there, or sometimes you might have to hollow out a piece of like either the back of the hair or to make the ball joint a little bit larger, then you'll get more pivot and tilt. So it kind of depends, but it does look way better, and I'm surprised that they're doing better like mold jobs on these things now.
Yeah, I just remember what I was going to say. A lot of people speculating because they're continually doing these Savage Land figures that they may do the Savage Land Rogue that everybody wants. I don't know if they'll do it. But
what about Sauron? Did they do Sauron?
He was a build-away figure.
He'd probably be a fucking huge ass figure with the fucking wings on.
Yeah, I know he was a build-away figure at one point, but something like this. I think it's going to be 2 parts to the hair, and then they glue it together. Because I'm looking at this Warbird one, and so you'll have because they have like a layering effect. You'll have like the top half, and then there's a piece that's kind of coming up from the bottom. So that's how you get the extra depth, and it looks more natural. And they don't put any wash anymore on these things either for some reason. It's mostly like solid plastic. They might do a little dry brush on top. But overall, it's still pretty good for what Marvel Legends have been doing. There's a reason why they keep flying off the shelves.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to get this. I may get Khazar, but I'm not going after the parts to get that Zabu or whatever because that's way too expensive now. I'll just find me a random saber-tooth tiger figure somewhere and just use that.
So
didn't that wave have like a super rare figure as well?
For the tiger, let's see, because
Cable's in that.
Yes, I have the Cable figure, and it'll tell me everyone in that line.
Hey, what's going on, Happy Dinosaur? Good to see you.
Happy Dinosaur?
Hey.
What's up?
Okay, so what the fuck is this? All right, I can't fucking see the fucking letters because my eyes are going. So Feral from X-Force. Who the fuck is this? Is this Sentry?
Probably.
Hang on. I'll fucking show you guys. I'll show you guys the back of the
How
box.
was she not released in that wave?
That's a good fucking question. Who the fuck is this character that looks like Red Hood? These are all the fucking characters in the line.
Oh yeah, Cable. Yeah, Cable was the harder figure to get
Yeah.
out of all those.
Yeah, Cable.
Yep. What part does he come with?
One of his legs.
Okay. See, and that's sort of, I know there was another wave of figures, and they had was it Princess Power or something like that? She looked basically like Wonder Woman, but in black and gold, and everyone was using that figure and doing a paint job. She's impossible to find. That figure's going for like $300 online.
Yeah, these are the characters. I don't even know. Like, Cable's not a fucking Savage Land character.
No,
it's like you should have put Savage Land characters with the Savage Land fucking cat.
Yeah, and neither was what's his face, the one from the Eternals.
Who's the fucking red guy? I can't. My eyes are going, and I can't even make out who this fucking red guy is.
I don't know.
I think it's it's a female. The one in red with the red thing.
Red Widow.
Yeah, I think she's one of the Black Widows. She was in the program or something. I only know a very little bit about that character.
Superior Iron Man.
Iron Man. Yeah, you could get those in Ross if they still have any for $7. I passed on him, but he doesn't even come with a part.
Oh, geez. Yeah.
There you go. A repaint He-Man Tiger would go great with that figure.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's all the original Battle Cat was anyway. It was just a repaint of the old Big Jim toy line freaking Tiger.
Yep. Which that was such a great sculpt. That original. Yeah, they did a great job with that.
Yeah, but you could,
Yeah, it was a statue.
Yeah.
That still looked cool though.
Yeah, it did.
All right, I'm going to get back to the chat now, real quick.
Yep.
All right, so for the things Cotton had mentioned, it looked like the goalies, which we kind of hit on. DJ Play Nice said that they were made of really flexible plastic rubber and you could make them very expressive. Didn't know about the tab to actuate anything, but that sounds reminiscent of the eyebrow movement tab in my Muppets Animal Puppet. Holy shit.
Oh.
Nice.
Bunch of companies did similar products. Yeah, Mad Balls. I've talked about Mad Balls as well. Mad Balls are out in the shelves again too. I still, if I get everything if I ever get it, the money situation situated, and I get back out to Walmart again, I'm definitely gonna go pick up some more of those re-releases of Mad Balls. Even with the funky hair on them, I still think they're pretty damn cool.
I gotta ask, where in Walmart are they located? Because
they're usually on towards an end cap, and they've got their own cylindrical like cardboard thing that they're in. So they're not like up on the pegs. They're in this whole separate piece near an end cap usually.
They're near like the regular toy and Hot Wheel aisle?
Yep.
Yes. Okay. I haven't seen them yet.
Mad Balls is a fucking thing they dust off like every couple decades or so. Because I have one on the card from like the 2000s. It was like, I think it was like 2003 or 2004. But all they were doing was remaking the old ones. It's not
later,
like the original ones that you were showing, those newer ones, Tommy.
Well, later on, what was that? Like what was that? Like 2017 or 2018 when Toys R Us was going out of business?
Mm-hmm.
Somewhere around that time frame. They put out the last release of Mad Balls that they did at the time, and I forget the name of the company. I don't remember if it wasn't Amtoy anymore because that was American Greetings. It was whatever company had picked them up later on, and they were doing horror related ones. So I picked up the Jason one, and the only thing they had is they had a little cardboard stock at the top, but the rest of it was a mesh bag that they had the ball in.
Yeah, I think it was Toys R Us because I picked up the Predator one and it was in a mesh net thing like that. And I thought it was
no,
cool.
it definitely wasn't Toys R Us, but I can't remember when Toys R Us went out of business.
Oh yeah, I don't remember the year. But that's where that's the only Mad Ball that I have.
Yeah, I remember seeing them. I remember seeing them in the little bags. I remember that.
Yeah.
And it was early 2000s, wasn't it, when they went out of business?
I thought it was mid to late late 2000. I thought.
Was it like 20?
It was after. It was after Disney Infinity got killed because I was over there buying discount Disney Infinity figures.
So either 2008, somewhere between like 2008, 2009, right?
Well after
2000. 2018 or 2019, probably.
Oh, that really that late? I thought it was.
It was
Ash versus
Disney's new films is what killed them. All the figures that wouldn't move. from
Happy
Force
saying
Awakens on.
2012 is what Happy's saying. I remember because they had the Ash versus Evil Dead figures. Those are the last.
It was
things
way
I
after
saw.
that.
2012 seems 2012 seems close. I think Happy might be right about that. Maybe it varied by area. I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah, I was still going there buying Disney Infinity figures. It was after that got shut down. I'm thinking it was 18 or 19 because
2018, June 29th, 2018.
Yeah,
that's when the official last store was closed, but they were closing before then.
Because
but
Marvel,
but we're talking about like massively shutting them down because there was a trickle of stores closing and then there was a massive shutdown. The massive shutdown is when all of them went down, and that was in 2018.
Because Marvel Legends had put out some really nice double packs. They put out a Phoenix and Cyclops double pack in like 2017, so it had to have been after that.
Okay. Yeah, that's when they officially filed for bankruptcy was 2017. So yeah, 2018 is sounds about right. Fucking A.
Frankie Knows has a correction for you guys.
What's that?
The Mad Balls, they were not in bags, they were in sacks.
Frankie. All right, guys. I got one commercial break here that was related to
Ball
the last
sacks.
thing.
I got. Sorry.
Oh, you got it. Hey, all right.
Hey.
So here we go with our first, besides
Vatican.
Toys and Boggon errors, as our first official actual commercial break. So here we go.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Over here, I'm a boglin. Me and my buddies need a place to hide out. Come a little closer. Oh, did I scare you? Oh, I do that so well. If you take us home, we'll kiss your Aunt Martha. We'll eat your peas. And we hope you know lots of girls. Hey, the name's Boglins. You sold separately, and we're looking for good homes. Maybe yours.
One day, Rice Krispies stopped talking.
Where are Snap, Crackle, and Pop? Stop!
But cereal should be eaten, not heard.
What now? Let's crackle!
And so the talking part of this complete breakfast returned.
Snap, Crackle. Pop, they're talking. Breakfast doesn't sound good without them. What do you got? You don't want to know. See? Boglins, get them away!
Boglin stamps, 100 free in Rice Krispies.
Hi, I'm a boglin. Me and my buddies want to be your friend, right, guys? Right. Call us at 1-900-909-5464 and hear how we can protect you from ferocious beasts.
And help you teach your grade your math test.
Yeah, new story every day.
One call gets you a 3D boglin hologram like this.
4 calls get you a set of 6. Trade them with your buddies.
And part of your $2.35 2-minute call goes to Special Olympics.
So get your parents' permission and call us at 1-900-909-5464. Don't get the phone. I said get it, not eat it.
Come a little closer if you dare. We won't bite. Remember us? We're back. If you bring us home, we can help you do lots of things. We can help you scare your Uncle Giles.
Oh, really scare you, Uncle Giles.
We have movable eyes that glow in the dark. We sure hope you have lots of friends to scare.
But watch out, they may get even. We really hope you like clowns.
Boglins are brought to you by Reaction Toys and are sold separately. Boglins should not be thrown at people. Boglins do not actually come alive. That would be weird. Boglins do not require food or water, but should be kept caged by not being played with. Boglins have been known to scare people. And are used for people that may break or feel nauseous easily. Consider yourself warned. Boglins are back!
Now, back to our program.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, those were
cool.
awesome.
Oh yeah.
Did they get the freaking Micro Machine Man to do that voice at the end?
It sounded like it, didn't it?
Yeah, right.
Maybe. Oh, there was some kind of cool. I wanted to show as well. Oh, go ahead. You can read that.
Frank said, just read a Toys R Us live action movie, maybe in the works.
Well, we know how
Well,
it ends.
Toys R Us was starting to make a comeback. They just didn't make a huge comeback. And I know at one point they were talking about almost running Toys R Us kind of like Amazon stores. I don't know how well that would work out.
Yeah, but they're like their comeback was like a section in like Macy's.
It's awful.
That was their comeback.
I remember hearing that.
Have a good one, Gap.
Yeah, have a great night.
Gap.
Well, first they're gonna have to find Jeffrey the giraffe. I heard that he's strung out in the streets right now. So they got to clean him up before they make the movie.
Him and the Noid are fighting over the last crack rock behind the fucking supermarket.
He's trying to trade him empty domino boxes. Oh shit! Yeah, this is kind of cool. It's not a figure, but it was something that's pretty neat. So Robert Kirkman, he's got a new comic book series out. You know what I say to this? I say,
like
bleh.
the toys?
Yeah,
Like the
yeah,
toys?
you know what?
No, it's not. And that's what I got confused. I was telling Trina about. Was I telling Trina about this earlier? Yeah.
Right before
I was telling her
stream.
right before the stream. I seen that, and I said I seen Blind Box. I was like, oh, they got Battle Beast and Blind Box, and I got like super interested. And then I started looking. I was like, oh, it's a Battle Beast. Oh, it's a comic. No,
Yeah.
I got so pissed off.
Yeah, he's a character in Invincible. So, but I like Ryan Otley's artwork. So I'm like, oh, cool. Yeah, I'll check it out. And this was interesting what he did because these blind bags, they varied from all sorts of different stuff. Some of these blind bags aren't even the comic book. It's a completely different comic book. They have a crossover with Invincible and Spider-Man with a special foil cover. Book's already going for I think $50 or $60. There's all sorts of different stuff. So I grabbed one and I asked the guy in the comic shop and he goes, "Oh, I think you got a special one." I'm like, "What does that mean?" So he told me some of the different things they have. I'm like, "Oh, but I like to get the actual comic book." And he goes, "Well, it was this one definitely. I know this one has the comic." And he goes, "I said, how could you tell?" He goes, "There's a weight difference. So the regular book is a little bit thicker. This one's thinner, but you get all different stuff." So here's what I ended up getting. So he gave me one for free too, which was awesome. So I'm like, "Oh, cool." So
this is Vinnieart.
Here we go.
And I wanted to show you guys. I got one of the blind bags. Actually, I have two of them from Battle Beast, which is Robert Kirkman and Ryan Otley's new one. This is a character from the Invincible universe. And so we're going to open this up and see what I got. For those who are unaware, I am a comic book artist as well. You can check out some of my awesome books on Vinnieart.com. It'll take you to my latest campaigns. So check it all out. So this is what I got in the blind bag. I have actually this works out because I definitely wanted a sketch cover for this. So the Battle Beast, and it is the first issue. We get the whole first issue in here. So that's pretty cool. And then I had another blind bag, and I actually got the ultra rare advanced edition of issue 2. So that's pretty cool. And I do like this kind of metallic finish on it.
Yeah,
that's pretty damn.
See, I didn't even know they were doing this stuff. So I did. Someone else told me too. Yeah, there's advanced copies. If you get lucky, you can get one. So I actually have issues 1 and 2 now. Because 2 isn't dropping. I think until the end of the month, or maybe the beginning of next. But so I got a special version of this one, which is pretty damn cool. And I think this looks fantastic. Like the artwork is really good. And again, if you're a fan of Invincible and Ryan Otley, I would check it out. They said there's a ton of these in all these comic stores right now. So the blind bags are interesting because you could get some really rare stuff. They said there's like a 1 in 1,000 as well. That's going for like $600. So it's worth checking out. That's all I'm saying. So
this is totally unrelated to the Battle Beast action figures, right?
Yeah, totally unrelated. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's just one of the characters that's in the Invincible series.
Nifty scoop.
Yeah, those. Those were cool.
What's the rights to the Battle Beast name from the toys, huh?
I don't know.
I said nifty score. That was a good score you got.
Oh yeah, thanks. Yeah, because again, with the sketch cover, I could draw something cool and then resell it, and I'm sure I could find a regular issue anywhere. But yeah, pretty good stuff here. Yeah, that ultra rare one, I think that one's already going for like $30 online.
So
Whoa.
I have something to kind of follow that up as a talking point before I get into my last thing for the night. So I seen Hasbro Pulse was doing something today. They're doing this now.
Okay.
Transformers Book 1, Optimus Prime, Megatron, Earth caught in the crossfire. The acclaimed Transformer comic is reimagined for a new generation, new collected, and a stunning exclusive art deluxe hardcover.
Oh no.
Yeah, and they're doing it with exclusive Hasbro Pulse art to soak the people up on Hasbro Pulse.
Oh, for the cover, you mean?
They said the Thing reimagined for
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
For new audience.
I have the first couple of issues and then I dropped it. Some of it I understand what they're trying to do, and some of it has just really pissed me off. So I dropped the whole thing. But yeah, I don't like that. Optimus, he gets so messed up. He ends up getting Megatron's arm put onto him. I don't know how that's all about, but yeah, I'm out.
Yeah,
They've tried too hard.
Go ahead, Shifty.
I can already tell you where that's going to go because it's been done so many times before in other stories. He's going to probably have memories of Megatron, or Megatron's going to take over his body because he's got that arm put on.
I know they have like a whole Energon universe thing that they've been doing. Void Rival.
Right. That's what this hardcover is. They've got EU stamped right on it.
Okay. Yeah. Because I think they started the series that's a crossover with G.I. Joe and them, but it's separate from the Larry Hama stuff that's also being released right now. So when you put out that much, it gets very convoluted, and like, how do you expect fans to like really follow what's happening? It's weird.
Hey, what's going on, Chaos Hoy?
Hey, what's up?
Chaos. How you doing?
Real quick, on get back through some of the comments from everybody. Oh my God, the phone bills. For the parents must pay, so there's 1-900 numbers.
Well, at least it was going to Special Olympics.
Soul Assassin says, you know who can find Jeffrey the Giraffe? Gaylord the dog.
He's a bloodhound. He'll find them.
You just gotta get a piece of article of clothing from Jeffrey, and Gaylord could track him down.
Him and Droopy Dog, from WWE.
Trina, would you mind reading this one?
Okay, so Happy says, did you see those Toys R Us kids commercial follow-ups where they had the grown-up kids still playing with toys and not moved out of their parents' house?
Yeah,
dude,
I remember those commercials.
That's a personal attack. They really did that?
Yes, and it was the original kids from the commercials all grown up. Yeah. It was they would show a clip of the original commercial with the kid, and then it like morphed time to show them grown up.
They need to be wearing the same outfits that don't really fit anymore because they got bigger with fat bellies.
The overalls. Yep.
All right, we're gonna get ready to close it out soon. So, what are we gonna get into? We're gonna get into the toy hunt. Seen a lot of interesting stuff out there. Unfortunately, couldn't buy any of it, but a lot of cool shit nonetheless. Let's see if I wind up having to capture anything on film that you guys haven't caught in your stores yet.
Also sitting here in Target, look at that. Got Mr. Burns is Dracula. That's pretty sharp. Hey, Vinnie. Simpson set, buddy. Simpson set. And right next to that, check this guy out. We got Sinestro from the Super Friends, from the old Super Friends cartoon. Hey, look at that. Also got Hal Jordan, Green Lantern in the back. Pretty cool. These ones are sitting at $20.99, and Vinnie Burns is only $26, man. You need them. A ton of more NECAs in another spot. They got a whole bunch of these black and white variants. It seemed like they had Casey Jones back there as well. Then they got this Fugitoid, the Transmat variant, all sparkly and everything. Kind of neat. Got a few more of the Beetlejuice things over here. Lydia and Astrid. It's all Lydia and Astrid. And then we got Beetlejuice. Face just looks odd. There's a big giant marriage agreement, a contract. There's the little baby. I mean, it's not bad looking. It's just that head looks off. It just looks really weird. Looking over here in Transformers, these usually is pretty bad. They do got a few Power of the Age of the Primes, 13 Primes. Got a Prima, Sentinel Prime, Autobot Red Alert. They got this Transformers Devastation Optimus Prime. You know, I heard that this thing was terrible. Seeing it in person, good God, this is horrible. Looks like a dollar store toy. It's terrible looking. The rest of it is what you come to expect from everything. Nothing, except for the re-release of Jazz. And over here on the end, I got some Beetlejuice figures, a little Toony Terrorist 2-pack. Check that out. Trina, you know you want this one. That's pretty cool. And then this, like, holy shit. Trina, hold on to your socks. Return of the Living Dead figures with Trash and Suicide. Check that out. It's pretty cool. He definitely, they got some cloth goods on these ones. They were pretty sharp looking. Holy crap, that they look cool. I like that set.
Okay, I'm gonna wire you some money if you go back to Target.
He's like, here's $500. There's a few things I want.
Why is that Burns figure $26.99 when all the other Simpson figures are like $12?
That's one of those special. I saw him in GameStop a couple months ago.
Coffin and a couple other things, right?
Yeah, he spring loads out of the coffin.
Oh,
there's an extra mechanism stuff in there. They had that. They also had the Homer Simpson, like when he had the green paint on him.
In the pool, the
kiddie pool.
I think in the kiddie pool, yeah.
Yeah, I think he rages, like he wiggles or something. I saw them in GameStop.
And that Beetlejuice figure, was it just me or did that head look odd?
It looked a little
strange. The body did too. Look at the midsection, like underneath his red vest. It looks so bizarre. I don't know what the hell they've been doing. Same thing happened with the white suit one. He looked terrible in person. The movie version. The Toony Terrors look pretty good. Those are pretty nice.
Well, I thought the Exorcist one, I thought he looked pretty cool, like the one that was supposed to be like the first movie.
The black and white suit?
Where it just had the Beetlejuice like in drawing all over the box.
Oh no, yeah, I got that one. Yeah, his very first, when he comes out of the grave, I have that.
Right.
Yeah, he looks fantastic.
Yeah, that's the only other one that I've seen. Like for whatever reason, the Beetlejuice ones I'm not seeing. So when I seen those, I was like, oh shit, well check out that. Okay, I actually had a few more things that I seen that you guys might not have seen, but unfortunately, I ran out of time for uploading space. So
gotcha.
I got a couple I saved for next week. So
that green
living
was weird.
Yeah, wasn't it though? I didn't check to see the price because the last time I seen Fugitoid, they only had the signed version, and he was sold for $99. I didn't realize it when I first picked it up. I took it up front and I went to cash out, and it was like $90. What? I brought that shit right back. I was like, nope.
Holy yeah, that's crazy.
But that's when I had a little bit more money, and I couldn't figure out why my bill was so high.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got home and looked, and I said, $99. What? I'm going to film this and take it back.
He just started cursing and saying all kinds of disparaging.
And it wasn't even a real signature. It was an auto pen signature.
Oh yeah. That's what they do. Yep. Yeah. Isn't that nice?
Yeah, the Living Dead figures looked really nice in person. So
yeah, I'm going to have you get those for me. And maybe the Toony Terror ones too.
Which ones? The Lydia and...
Yeah.
Boat sets then?
The Living Dead. I mean, the Yeah, the Living Dead ones, NECA ones, and then the Tooney-Terra
Beetlejuice and
Beetlejuice ones. Yep.
Ah, shit! What the hell? Both
Monica
Beetlejuice
Blue.
ones are just him and the crazy stitched together wife, the Soul Sucker.
The Tooney-Terra Beetlejuice ones, the 2-pack one.
Uh huh.
Yeah. Oh, there were two different ones that he showed. That's what
Yeah, there was two different ones. One was Lydia and
yeah.
Astrid.
Yeah.
And then the other one was Beetlejuice and the Soul Sucker chick.
Okay.
You wanted Beetlejuice and his and the wife, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Yeah, those look good.
Yeah, they didn't look bad at all. I mean, they have tons of new turtle stuff in there. Once again, I look slasher, no Donatello. I've been looking, man.
Yeah. So I remember what was it, Handyman Donatello? So
yeah,
like, what
Handyman Donatello.
Of that line, what did they give everyone else? Like, did they have pizza eating Michelangelo or something?
That's the funny thing. I haven't seen any of the other ones like that. The other ones I've seen is like I've seen a Savage or no, shit, not Savage Leonardo. It's the same one they did for Michelangelo, and it doesn't make any sense because in the story in the book, Michelangelo was the only one that was left alone in this like savage area, and he was in the rags and everything like that. The other turtles weren't there, and that's kind of like why they decided they were going to use. It was almost like a prelude to what they were going to do in the Last Ronin, in a way. So it made no sense why they started doing Leonardo and the other ones in that. But yeah, as far as like Donatello, Handyman Donatello, and the other turtles, haven't seen the other turtles yet. Just the Handyman Donatello, which I see all over the place. Aren't all place. Suckers. Oh no. Go ahead, Trina. That's a personal attack. But yeah, that is about all we have for one last piece of business to take care of.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for the Golden Trina Award for the best review of the night.
All right. Man. Okay, so everybody had something awesome to show. Okay, if Adam is still with us, I'd like to give it to Adam for his glow in the dark project that he did. I really dig that.
That was wicked. Yeah. Adam, I hope you're still with us.
Well, unfortunately, Adam did lose internet.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, so
okay,
we will have to let him know in our special chat where only he can see it with a special Cyclops eye.
Yeah, but as always, Tommy, the research that in the videos that you put together for the toys, like, it really is very impressive.
Yep. I try to do my best. Thank you. I appreciate it. It's a lot of work.
Yeah, you got to get those up by themselves too, man. For sure.
Yeah, I'm definitely working on it. I'm putting a stock of them together so I can, get a whole bunch of them to start releasing. Nice. I don't want to put a few amount up and then make it weeks and weeks and weeks to the next one. I want to get a bunch of them ready to go. This way I can set a whole bunch of them up. This way I don't lose that, big time gap again like I did recently with all the injuries and shit.
Right,
so this way I have shit ready to go.
Very cool.
But Adam, congratulations. Trina, thank you for taking part in that again.
Yes, it was awesome.
All right, we're going to go around the proverbial panel horn and let everybody say what they got to say as we're getting ready to head up on out of here. First one on the chopping block tonight.
What car is that coming up? Creep. Drive by.
Hey, it's me. It's Shifty. You can find me on X and YouTube at Shiftygism. That's Shifty GISM. And I want to thank you guys for having me on again tonight. Had a great time. Learned some stuff, some educational stuff here tonight. Tomorrow night, I don't recommend it after last week's show because we're in a down period for wrestling, and last week's show over on the Austinators channel. We do the good old wrestling. Him, me, and Rome's, and it's bad right now, and we're just barely getting by. We may have to rethink the show at some point. And Sunday night, 9:00 over on Chaos Central. Chris Knight, the Real Review 3000. He's hosting the Andor Roundtable, which I'm taking part in. Austinator is too. We're discussing the final 3 episodes of what was a pretty great Star Wars show ended this week, and we're going to be talking about it.
Awesome. Thank you, DJ Play Nice. I knighted him earlier. I didn't realize that he didn't have a wrench, and thank you for throwing that out there. Do appreciate it.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks for being on. As always, guys, all the links to everybody's YouTube and twats and stuff like that is at least as much as I can find is always in the descriptions on the shows. And thank you, Shifty. Appreciate it, buddy. We are going to throw it on over.
Hey, I'm stuck. I can't transform. Ow! Thanks. I think.
Later on, I'm going to be playing Golden Axe for Sega Genesis. And yeah, this weekend, this Saturday, taking off a week from the movie review. But next Saturday, we're going to watch and talk about The Adventures of Ford Fairlane, starring Andrew Dice Clay.
Hell yeah.
But tomorrow, so I wanted to get back into talking some comic book stuff. So tomorrow night, I'm going to be starting a series. I'll do like 1 episode a month of this. The Edge, where we're going to be talking about the transition from the goody characters in comics, the way it kind of like shifted into more of a murderous vigilante
anti-hero
type character, how they became the more popular characters in the late 80s and 90s. And episode 1, going to be talking about Lobo. So anyone want to join? Anyone here on panel want to join for that tomorrow?
What time?
Running at 8:30.
Okay.
I'm tied up.
I got you.
I've already pledged my allegiance.
I got you. Yeah. Thanks for letting me chill, man.
I would love to join, but I don't know. I really don't know comics, so I would just be like sitting there listening. So.
I thought you did know comics, though, Trina.
No, not really. Oh, very limited.
Oh, okay. Because I thought you were huge into like Superman and shit.
Yeah.
Like that, but I didn't know it was most. I thought it was from comics too. I know you like the movies and the the toys and everything. I thought you also like the comics. So.
Yeah. I've read Superman comics. Not all of them. I am limited on what I've read for Superman, but yeah.
Awesome. Thank you, Splasher.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
Oh yeah.
All right, kick it on over.
And all day long, I put up a dog's ass. Just bang up his ass. That's my pleasure.
Yeah, that's right. That's my pleasure. Guys, thank you for joining us. I really do appreciate it. Everybody that has been hanging out in the chat and contributing to the show, and everybody that is watching Silence through all the different platforms that we're on right now. Appreciate you. You could have spent your time anywhere, and you chose to spend it here with us. It is greatly appreciated. Eventually, when I finally get back completely on my feet again, or should I say on my paws again, I will wind up doing the Tuesday shows again, bringing back going old school. But as right now, I'm still kind of recovering from a lot of problems, and it just is what it is, and I'm just going to deal with it one day at a time. But luckily, I have a whole panel full of awesome people, really good friends that kind of help keep me inspired to keep moving forward when everything feels like it's getting ready to fall down the toilet. I do appreciate all you guys, and I appreciate you putting up with my bullshit because I could be a pain in the ass, but that's my charm. I think I'm not 100% sure, but I think it is.
Yeah, we'll call it charm.
You son of a bitch. As a matter of fact, I'm going to kick it on over.
It's me, Mario Kartitis.
Oh no! Yeah, join me and Luigi. We're gonna go take down Bowser and save the princess. We're gonna do that tomorrow. It's the Friday Underground stream tomorrow. We'll hit some crazy stuff. I don't know what we're gonna talk about yet, 100%. I got one topic for sure, but we'll play around. But in the meantime, yes, I am working on some really cool projects and pieces. So I'll give you guys here's a little teaser. Something I've been working on. One of the pages I'm currently I'm on right now. So yeah, this is one of the villains of the book. Kind of a pretty cool scene that's also about to happen. But again, just a taste for you guys and girls. But tons of detail. Again, you want high quality, you got it right here with me. So if you're looking for more awesome projects, let me take the gray off. So black and white. There it is. I put the gray on so it's easier on my eyes. Because these computer screens, they're not so great for everybody. But so check out some of my stuff. Again, the links are in the description. Vinnieart.com will take you to my Shot of the Kraken campaign, or just go to Vinnieart on X. I got everything pinned up there. So check out all that great stuff. Like I said, more really cool stuff coming your way. I'll probably have some more original artwork for sale soon as well. But inching closer and closer to getting City of Venus 2 done. So keep your eyes peeled. Like I said, more updates soon. But thank you.
I'm pretty sure. Hold on. I'm pretty sure I updated all that stuff. And thank you, Ancient One. And then of course we are not going to forget about the lady of the hour, the one that kept us going for over 3+ hours yesterday, because she could not stop talking about that show.
Hey, Prime! What do you think Megatron's gonna do to Starscream?
Nothing gentle, I would say.
All right. No, it was absolutely you guys' fault, but no, it was awesome. No, tonight was a lot of fun. You guys' fault, but no, tonight was awesome. These streams are always awesome. You put in so much work, Tommy, and it shows. Had a blast. And so on my channel at Real Horror here on YouTube, last night Tommy, Vinnie, and I reviewed Red Dragon, and we compared it to Manhunter, 1986 film, the first film featuring Hannibal Lecter. And we also compared those movies to the show. So we went for over 3 hours, but it was a blast. And next Wednesday we'll be doing Silence of the Lambs. Everybody knows that movie. So that'll be fun. But thanks for having me. Thank you all for joining us, and hope you all have a great night and great weekend.
Awesome.
Thank you, Trina.
Thank you, Trina. And to Adam, thanks for joining us while you could, buddy. Congratulations on that golden Trina. And until next time, guys, stay salty.
You better run, Mojito.
What? I thought you said don't move.
That was before. Now, you run. Adios, amigo.